that just disappeared. You can't. That catapult thing's gone now as well. So how else is Ryan Day going to cheat? I know. Let's put Herb Street's boy on the team. What's he doing there? He's not going to play. He's never going to see the grass. They'll put Warren.
Johnny, shut this down, dude. Shut this down right now.
He has to go. Bye-bye. I see him in the steakhouse next April. I'm throwing a steak at him. I don't care. I don't know. It is what it is, guys. I'm tired of being nice, right? I'm quick to flip on other teams. But you know what? We got to look in the mirror as a fan base and talk about this is what it is. You're going to tell me talent for talent. Indiana has more talent than Michigan?
I am. Chris Drew am. I am. I will debate anybody on this topic. Indiana has more talent than Michigan, 100%. My guy on this side, bro, he hasn't taken a single, vape rip the entire show. He kept angry vaping last time they lost. So you can tell they kind of, see the writing on the wall, so they're not too stressed out about it from the looks of it, at least right now. Week 7 was awesome. Did my post-game recap with Tyler, and you guys know I like to do these little reaction videos to see how certain fan base are taking certain losses. So we're going to start off with Michigan. I got TJ Ronin's show loaded up. I have not watched it yet. Just figured I would give it a watch here and kind of go from there and see what kind of madness. See what kind of madness we got, man. Also, I do want to give myself flowers for calling this loss. I try to tell Zach. I try to tell everybody that this team, that USC team, is not going to lose that game. Let's see what these boys got, man. Okay, look, my boy got the mic, man. Last time I did the show, brother didn't have the mic, and it was I got to play the speed up a little bit. Brother didn't have the mic. It was kind of hard to listen to, but big game. They're here. I did hit the like button. Bingo, right there.
West Coast disaster. Welcome to Michigan Postgame Live here at the Voice of College Football, sponsored by Win Agency and Healthy Dogma. TJ, go blue. We got TJ Ronin in the house for another one of these where we get to eat some shit for a couple hours. Come on in and hit that like button, subscribe, and tell a friend that we're live. TJ, how you holding up?
I got alcohol.
There you go.
We got the community. Actually, someone asked me on Twitter. I think it might have been Mark. If it was a Mark.
2 different types of drinking going on, right? Like this team is driving TJ to drink kind of the bad kind of way. Me, it's like a Sunday, football's on in the background, and I'm able to just kind of enjoy a good shandy. Shout out Shandy, and shout out my guy E for bringing him, and kind of just watch.
Mark, my bad. How do you do a post game after a game like that? I'm gonna tell you how. Well, I have a community. I got a co-host that'll help me get through it, and we got a fucking event, boys. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot to talk about. None of us are happy. I mean, there's not a single person who's happy now. Maybe
I'm pretty happy.
We'll get into it, but at the end of the day, we're here. Fuck it, let's ride.
Let's ride, Wolverine Nation. And the performance was similar to the last 2 years of Russell Wilson. So there you go. But anywho, we do have, before we get started on our analysis, we do have a few thank yous for our multiple sponsors. We now have quote in with here down. So thank you to Win Agency. See, TJ's got a couple of the
happy we dog you who Healthy Dogma is offering. It's a healthy, nutritious.
This is a mistake, man. I don't know who their programmer is, but get into it, and then you can work in an advertisement through it. Most people that watch YouTube videos, I think the number is under 50% make it past the first 30 seconds. It's the longer you take to do this kind of thing. Me, I'm gonna sit through and listen to it, but honestly, get people hooked into the content and then sell me something. Don't start off it. It's like when you watch a TV show, they don't run all the ads at the beginning of the TV show. They sprinkle it throughout. So tighten up, man. Whoever the programmer is, whoever it is.
Option that I feel personally strong about, that I think, look into it. Check them out on their website. Healthy Dogma.
Even easier because the URL right there. If you
oh my God, can we get? I'm trying to see a crash out.
Click that and you shop there. Get in to say we told you so. I hate we just went.
Very cool.
Okay. Let's get into the debacle that we just witnessed on screen, and I hate to say we told you so. I hate to say we told you so, but we have been isolating some of these problems for this season and maybe longer. However, TJ, I wasn't anticipating this. I wasn't anticipating what we saw across the trenches. Undisciplined.
Damn right.
They almost everybody except Andrew Marsh, Barham, and a couple others stayed on the plane. That's what it looked like. TJ, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I think, look, all right, well, first of all, look, I predicted USC to win. F me. I don't know what I'm talking about. But
it's such a tough angle, like when you're in this kind of space, because like catering to your audience is like almost going into every week, like explaining like how your team could win, I guess, or how they should win. And when you pick against your team, one of the things that ends up happening is that like if you get it wrong, you get called a hater. If you get it right, you end up getting on the show and like alienating like your fan base a little bit, because like they don't want to hear about how you were right. At least a lot of them don't. A lot of them kind of want to hear like what went wrong and want to hear blame first, and then like through the blame maybe like you could like work in like this is what I was concerned about. But it's a really hard balance. I mean, I even struggle with it. Thankfully for me, I'm an Ohio State fan, so I don't get to pick against Ohio State very often because they're really fucking good. But it's just one of those things. It's like how do you like say like I was right and that like I warned you versus like this is how the game played out and this is what needs to get fixed. I don't know. Tricky.
You know, and here's why I did.
I did too, by the way.
John. Yeah, but here's why. And to your point, John, we didn't get one sack. Our front seven did not generate one sack on Maeva. Not one. Our offensive line against USC's soft defensive line, and don't give me, oh, well, they get sacks. They had 17 going into the game. We had 15. I brought this up on Thursday night show. Everyone was all about, oh, well, USC's pass rushes is aggressive. It's good. They got 17 on the year. They're ranked like, I don't know, top 8 in the nation. We have 15. It wasn't that great of a difference. And on top of that, the teams that USC played are embarrassing, quite honestly. But at the end of the day, I can't talk about it. They just waxed us. I mean, the truth of the matter is, John, there is a top-down problem on this team. Now, one of the things too I want to make sure we hit on, because I like to be on Twitter and I like to talk with the community and like watch the game with you guys. I enjoy that, even if we disagree. Some people were like, oh, well, I mean, we have a talent problem. We don't have a talent. We have a talent problem at one position, but that's actually not even as severe as it was, because Andrew Marsh is balling out. Okay, Andrew Marsh had 8 receptions for what,
150. He was really good. They might have a talent problem actually. And it's funny because like, what's the distinction between like talented versus soft? That's like the big, I guess, distinction that a lot of people have a tough time kind of sorting through, myself included.
38 yards and 1 touchdown in his second game starting as a true freshman. Donovan McCulley's he's solid. You know, maybe if Bryce would have a little more touch on his throws, McCulley could have did more. But at the end of the day, it's not a talent issue. What we are dealing with is a coaching issue. Wink Martindale's scheme right now is getting chewed up. And not only is it getting chewed up, the back end of this defense that does have talent it's undisciplined. There's gaps all over the place. John, there was a play towards, I think it was the third or fourth quarter.
How many minutes are we going to get into this before we start to blame Sherrone Moore? Like, how many minutes into this are we going to get? We're 9 minutes now. Like, when are we going to get to like the kind of the Sherrone Moore problem? Because I have my own like set of beliefs and thoughts. Obviously, like I talked about it in my recap episode, but like until like more people are willing to criticize the fact that Sherrone Moore is doing what Michigan fans like claim Ryan Day does, which he does at times, but calls games extremely, extremely tight, and maybe not from like a play call selection method in terms of like overall, like how much we're going to open it up, but in terms of like I don't want to scratch the Ferrari.
I'm not sure. We had 3 defenders go in the same gap. That's undisciplined football. That means you don't know what you're doing. You're getting confused out there. Or, and coaches hate this all the time, you have players trying to do more than their responsibility, which creates bigger issues at the end of the day. And if that is the case, maybe it is. Maybe the players are taking liberties trying to make a play because you're trying to do things on your own because you can't even trust your teammate. That's when, by the way, when that happens, you have a real problem. That means you don't trust your teammates. You don't trust your coaches. And that is why we got waxed today the way we did. We lost 31-13. Embarrassing. Sherrone Moore.
There we go. I wish I had a better read on like what TJ's stance was. But Sherrone Moore, is it going to be like the stance of like deserves better, or is it going to be from the belief of like why is a Sherrone Moore team not have dominant lines of scrimmage on both sides?
John, I think we should put a poll in the chat. I know you're handling a lot behind the scenes right now. If we could put a poll in the chat, just simply put a poll that says, are you in or are you out on Sherrone Moore? Yes or no? I would love to know where the read's at. I have a feeling a lot of people are out. I know there are some people out there saying you got to give Sherrone Moore some more time and all of that. I'm of the opinion it doesn't really matter. Sherrone's getting another year. I know he is. Now his buyout, I hate to even go down this road so early. I'd like to go into this later in the show, but F it. Sherrone Moore's buyout's $4 million right now because he's in year 2 of his contract. The boosters could easily handle this. Now, don't get me wrong, and we need to be very aware of what I'm about to say here. What is the ripple effect? What does that mean for the players currently on the team like Bryce Underwood and others? So like it really needs to be a careful approach. But that said, let's transition on this game and not worry about that. Yeah. This coaching staff is letting these players down. It is so but the players are letting the coaches down too. It is definitely symbiotic, balance, and mutual.
On the Sherrone Moore topic, I know that like the trendy thing like for X amount of years has been, okay, like are really great coaches moving on. Let's bring someone up through his tree. But a lot of times it's only worked with guys that are like super elite scheme guys. And I know Sherrone Moore had like a really good offensive line unit when he was here with Harbaugh, but like the thing that's like different between him and the other guys that kind of went on to go be really big time coaches kind of on the upswing is that like Ryan Day was like already like nationally like viewed as like one of the best play callers. So like moving him up from like OC to head coach made sense because like your offense was always going to be explosive. And that's kind of what you banked on. For Lincoln Riley, when he took over for Stoops, it was kind of that same thing, right? Like I know that like no matter what, like I'm going to have a really explosive offense. For Sherrone Moore, the thing's got to be okay. Like I think I'm going to be able to like develop offensive line play, but I wasn't ever a great play caller. And I'm not sure how proven I was as a coordinator because up until like 3 years ago, not a lot of people had even heard of Sherrone Moore. He wasn't really like one of the young, really popular hot names. And like the other part of it is like if Ohio State didn't, make Ryan Day the OC, and if Urban Meyer would have stayed, Ryan Day would have had a job elsewhere the next year as like a high-profile OC or head coach. If Lincoln Riley had stayed at OU and Stoops had stayed at OU, he would have had a high-profile coaching job as an OC or head coach somewhere else within the next year. I don't know if the same thing is true for Sherrone Moore. I think Sherrone Moore still was pretty early in his, like, I guess, coach's development saga based on kind of like the product we were getting. And then, like, banking on being able to have such a dynamic, like, front five every single year to be able to be a really good team, at some point it's going to kind of end up haunting you. And I think Ryan Day kind of dealt with it too, just with the quarterback spot. But it's like I'm able to build a team well enough in X amount of years to make sure that if it's not quarterback reliant, I can still make it shake. So I don't know, man. Like I think like tying yourself to Sherrone Moore might end up being a disaster because you know who wanted that job that people don't talk about. Kalen DeBoer wanted the Michigan job. Like that was like the job that at least people in the industry told me that like that was the one that he really, really wanted. And now he's at Bama, and it was rocky at first, but he definitely looks the part here in year 2. So just some food for thought as we kind of like flow through this Michigan saga.
Because the players are not making plays. They're not wrapping up. They played football their whole lives. It's sloppy. It's undisciplined. Yeah. It is the worst. This is the truth. What I'm about to say. This is crazy as hell, man. It is the most undisciplined we have played. I'm gonna give you 2 times. 1, 2020. We all agree that was an embarrassing season.
Mm-hmm.
Brady Hoke era.
Yeah. That is where we are. That's why I'm wearing this, folks, because that's what this reminds me of.
2012. There you go.
Team 133, 2012 and beyond with the Brady Hoke era. That's where we are as a program. But
super crazy, and we're gonna do a reaction video on this here in a sec, but Penn State just fired James Franklin. Holy shit. I'm going to keep doing this Michigan video, but Penn State just fired James Franklin. That is absolutely insane and opens up the door for a bunch of stuff. They were a preseason top 3 team. They just fired James Franklin. Oh, my God. I mean, I guess after this, I'm going to react to some Penn State podcasts because I'm sure there will be one out at some point here really quickly, either from Connor Griffin or Landon Tangwall. But holy shit.
Let's kind of dive into each piece.
Let's do it.
Shall we? Let's start with the offense, because I will say that there were 2 bright spots. And I want to give everyone a little bit of sunshine before we get to a lot of rain. I think Andrew Marsh and McCauley are legit. I think there is a slight ray of hope with Andrew Marsh think his ceiling is limitless. But the problem is a couple of things. One, it's tough when you have obviously a line that looks like a sieve. USC was manhandling Michigan's line. Bryce didn't throw well today at times. Like, he was throwing off target at times today, which that messes up the entire offense. Michigan should have been able to go blow for blow with USC, in my opinion.
Easy. Yes.
In my opinion, because you saw it in that final touchdown that Michigan did to bring it up to 13. That's what I was hoping to see all game. Andrew Marsh getting open, scheming him open, getting him the football. Or a big run play, whatever. But I think the line had a lot to do with it. But aside from Andrew Marsh and McCauley, and I guess Bryce sometimes, it just felt, Haynes, it felt like most of them stayed on the plane, or they stayed in Ann Arbor.
Bryce Underwood, another game without Biff Poggi, and he's got negative rushing yards on the day. Uh-oh.
And people were talking about the time zones, and I've traveled my whole life, and 3 hours is nothing compared to the jet lag of going overseas or anything else.
100%.
I don't think that was an excuse.
Yeah, it was.
No, Europe's real jet lag. 3 hours is nothing, and these guys should have been ready. No excuse. TJ, what did you think about the offense, and what do you think was the main issue that was kind of preventing them from big plays aside from that touchdown?
The biggest is. So I'm not mad at Chip Lindsey's play calling. I'm mad at the offensive line's ability to protect Bryce Underwood tonight. Okay, I mean, how many sacks did USC even have? They only had.
If your offensive coordinator doesn't do the most he can to maximize, again, big word, to maximize the talent on the field, then you have to be mad at your OC. Period. You have to.
3 sacks, but there was tons of pressure. Bryce was never really comfortable. Haynes looked freaking fantastic in the beginning of this game. Marsh played all right. So let me just say this before I go in. The only players who deserve no blame tonight, there's only 3. There's only 3. It's Jordan Marshall, it's Justice Haynes, and it's Andrew Marsh. Everybody else on this team and coaching staff deserves blame tonight. There's only 3, in my opinion, who don't deserve blame. But it's the play calling was not the issue for me. It's the inability of this offensive line to protect Bryce and get this ball moving. And then I'll be honest. I mean, look, there were some throws that Bryce was just not on tonight.
I agree.
Bryce is also really, really raw as a passer. You need his legs to be able to open up other things. So it's the lack of willingness to stick to the identity is going to hurt them long term for shit sure.
Threw one into the ground. He threw, the one that was, they went for the, which by the way.
Imagine getting Cam Newton in your Auburn and being like, we love you, Cam, do your thing, but don't run the football. It's okay. Then you're it's a massive step backwards from what the player you wanted. It's like having the Ferrari, but only opting to drive in school zones. Not a good deal.
By the way, the 2-point conversion, I don't even love that idea. Just make it a 10-point game. What is that 2 points going to do for you? You're going to make it a 9-point game?
Yeah.
You're going to make it a 9-point game?
A 10-point game means you need a touchdown and a field goal.
Yeah, the reason why they wanted to make it a 9-point game is because if they fucking score, they can get two touchdowns and 2-point conversions and make it a 2-score game. I understand that going for 2 just shows you zero trust in the defense. And if you have zero trust in the defense, Sherrone, my guy, Sherrone, this is who you got for your defensive line in the portal. You got the Trey Williams and the Deron Paynes. You didn't go get a Josiah Stewart. You didn't go get these extra guys to give you a little more oomph. You trusted the Derek. And then where was the Jayshon Barham and Derek Moore, TJ Guy? There was no pressure. Not what stick to the offense, so I'm not rambling. But the point being is, if we look at the offense here, John, total yards 316, 207 yards passing. But here's the thing. 2 and 9 on third down. You're never going to win going 2 for 9. Not against a team like USC who was 6 for 12, 50%. 2 interceptions, turnovers are obviously going to kill you. And here's another thing that's really interesting, and it wasn't this way early, but yards per rush only 3.5. Just not good enough at all at the end of the day. When we look at the players, I mean, Marshall had a good game. Haynes had a good game. Underwood did not. Guys, drops was not the issue. Let's just call it what it is. Underwood did not have a good game. Underwood did not play well today. But the offensive line didn't play well. I do put the blame more on offensive line than Underwood, but after offensive line, it's got to go Underwood tonight, bro. I thought the receivers were there for him. I do think Samaj Morgan's a liability. They need to figure out somebody else that they could put out there with McCauley and Marsh. I don't know where.
Samaj Morgan is he's so bad, but he's so famous for the shit talking. He's and honestly, it's disrespectful to Patrick Beverly. He's the Patrick Beverly kind of college football this year. And that's disrespectful to Patrick Beverly. He's so bad and talks such a big game. And it's wild because, he was in huge spots down the stretch for them when they won the Natty. I think he fumbled a punt, I believe, that almost cost him the Alabama game. But I don't know, man. Like both ways, right? It's like you could say the receivers were there for him, but then like acknowledge the fact that I think Samaj Morgan was second in their team in receiver snaps. It's like, so do they have receiver play or do they not have receiver play? But yeah, this game was such a easy. It was so easy to see what the nonsense was going to be here.
Hogan Hansen and Marlon Klein were. Where they
Yeah.
at? What's going on there? You know,
Except for committing false starts.
Yeah.
Bar.
But what was that based off of a shot? Not I remember. Was
Marlon Klein. It was a very small shift. And like in my opinion, that there were a few ticky-tack calls. Still, I mean, I'm not pointing out reffing as the reason we lost. Let me be very clear. There were a few ticky-tack calls though.
Here's the other issue, John. Can we just call it what it is? Can we all just say the elephant in the room? We are not the bully on the field anymore. We are not. If that means Sherrone has failed the team. We are not being the team. We are the ones. We are not. We are. We all just say the elephant in the room. We are not the bully on the field anymore. We are not. If that means Sherrone has failed the team.
Look, Sherrone Moore, the trait was supposed to be you're the big bad bully, and if you're not the bully anymore, dude, honestly, like this is shaping up for Ohio State. Now, obviously, like I don't want to talk about the game like it's a guaranteed win, but like, what's the saying? Like Sherrone Moore's lost his fastball, man. He's lost his fastball.
We are not being the team. We are the ones getting pushed, which is insane.
A Sherrone Moore football team, you hired him because the thing you never want to leave the program is toughness. Toughness has now left the program. So it's like you can roll with this, whatever, but toughness has left the program, and now it's just you and Sherrone Moore. And if a Sherrone Moore program is not tough, they like Michigan and Sherrone Moore has lost their fastball.
Because USC has been getting pushed. If anyone watched some of the USC games, they were not impressive. Okay, they were not. The offense is impressive. Offense is extremely talented, very good. We know this. We were all aware of this, right? But we are no longer the disciplined, physical team on the field anymore. Unacceptable. And to be quite honest with you, that reason alone should be enough to tell you we have a situation at head coach, and it really needs our attention. It really needs our attention. And is Michigan going to fire Sherrone Moore today? They're not. And to be honest with you, I'm a very firm believer that Sherrone Moore is going to coach next season. Yes. I do believe if next season is anything like this season, he is gone. That's where I'm at on that. Now, I will say $4 million really isn't a lot of money for what Michigan's got some serious boosters around them. It isn't just like
literally any school could pay that $4 million, TJ. You don't need serious boosters to do that. I mean, Penn State, who has less resources than Michigan, just paid out a $50 million buyout. Like $4 million is just such chump change, dude. Like Indiana would pay that. Like anybody would pay that buyout. You don't need serious boosters for that. Yoder might pay that by himself if it got bad enough.
I learned of another one over the weekend.
And I be pocket watching, man. That's how y'all know. I'm a pocket watcher.
There's another billionaire in the circle. There's another billionaire in the circle. So it isn't just Ellison. It's and Portnoy apparently is involved as well. Like and it's more than them. Like obviously there's multiple. But one of them's a real estate mogul, from my understanding. So yeah, I'll tell you off.
They don't need a mogul to pay a $4 million buyout. Holy shit. Bryce Underwood could pay it.
The air, John. But okay. Yeah, so I mean it's interesting. So that's where we are. We are no longer the disciplined physical team on the field, which was our identity. And just because our offensive system changed, it doesn't mean that has to change. Because you can run a power spread. And I know that because my Detroit Lions run that. We are the most physical team on the field, and we run a power spread. And there's nothing. And I'm not saying I'm not saying Michigan needs to.
TJ, if you're gonna talk about power spread and you don't give love to Urban Meyer right now, I'm gonna be pissed off.
The Lions, they don't. But I do know for a fact Sherrone Moore is trying to get that balance off offensive attack where you can also run it and throw it and have a power run game. He wants a spread offense with a power run game. He said it many times in his press conferences. It is what it is.
He just wants to be Urban Meyer. He wants to be Urban Meyer so bad. So bad.
I don't think Lindsey's a terrible offense. I really don't. like if I had to rank my if I had to rank my coaches, who to blame, Sherrone's number one. Head coach gets the most blame. Okay. Yep. I think Wink Martindale gets second most blame. JB Brown, really, you get third, but get the fuck off my team, bro. Get out of here. You're garbage. The punting's terrible. The special teams is terrible. You bring nothing to this team, respectfully, bro. I know you work hard. I know you have a family. I know all that, so I do respect it.
Nah, stand on that, TJ. Fuck his family. Bro, this is becoming like an all-time carry job right now, too. Like, I wanted to like talk about them both, but like John just doesn't talk.
But go to Eastern Michigan.
The punting is terrible.
Go to the mat.
Even Zvada has regressed this year because of that.
Even Zavada. Go to Ferris. Get out of D1. Zavada has regressed this year. You're right, John. Get the fuck out of here. You're fired, bro. I'm sorry. Like you're just. It is what it is. JB Brown, get out of here. I'd fire you yesterday. So that's where I'm at. And then in terms of like positional coaches, Grant Newsom, I'm sorry, brother. I don't know what you're bringing to the program outside of being a Michigan alum. Mm-hmm. Go to the Chargers. I know Jim loves you. Go to the Chargers, bro. I know he loves you. Go to the Chargers. Go on your way. I can't even blame Ron Bellamy right now. I'm not even mad at Ron Bellamy. But yeah, Grant Newsom, get out.
My phone is blowing up. Blowing the fuck up. James Franklin, man, and obviously, like I've got a vested interest. Like I'm really close with like Brad Mandler. Like I really enjoy, Landon Tangwall. Like I really love Drew Aller. I spoke at his football camp. I really love Ethan Grunkemeyer. But God, this is a show. Like holy shit. Like I'm gonna focus on this Michigan video because I want to get through it. And I enjoyed the crash out. I hope you guys enjoy it with me. But like phone's just going crazy right now.
Get out of here. That's where we are, man. And like I don't like this. Like I love my team. I love my team. I don't even like talking bad about this stuff. But it is what it is. We're not gonna lie to you. I know all of you are frustrated. I've seen it on Twitter. I've interacted with many of you, and I see you in the chat. It's not good enough. At the end of the day, here's another thing too, John. And we'll get into the defense here in a minute too. But
yeah,
the fans. Here's the truth. The fans will hold the standard here. Okay. Mm-hmm. If the administration won't, Ward Manuel, I'm looking at you. The fans will. And if anyone tells you, and I know there are some people in the media in Michigan, no names, who will tell you the fans' voice doesn't matter, they're wrong. They couldn't be more fucking wrong. And I'm going to tell you right now, if the fans hold the administration accountable publicly, now it doesn't mean be an asshole, but it means like, apply the pressure and be honest about it. I do think changes could be had. And at the end of the day too, and I almost don't want to say this, your dollar is your vote. Okay. Now, that does. I really don't want people to not support our team and our program because you should. I mean, we love Michigan, but at the end of the day, at least communicate your disapproval in a respectful manner. In my approach here, okay, or in my opinion, okay. So, but just at the end of the day, also like, and I'm not saying don't show up to games because that's terrible. Like, I don't believe in that. I mean, I do for like pro teams like the Lions or like the Tigers or the Red Wings, especially the Tigers, you assholes. Anyways, they broke my heart. But our boys, I don't necessarily believe not showing up for me. Like I don't. But at the end of the day, like I think the fans need to. I think it's okay for the fans to be upset, and I think it's okay for the fans to voice their disapproval of this shit. This isn't good enough. This standard has to be higher. And Sherrone, and I'll say this, they know this, but they're not meeting it, and that's the problem. You got to meet. It's a result business at the end of the day.
Very true. Just to kind of finish up on the offense, like I said, I will say this. The pass game, and like you said, Ron Bellamy and what they're doing with Andrew Marsh and McCauley, I think there's something going well there. But here's the problem: the line protection in both pass pro and run pro failed today. I mean, I'm not even going to say it was mediocre. It failed today. USC should not have been able to manhandle Michigan's line the way that they did. And like there weren't a ton of explosive runs. We had 109 total rushing yards, and 3.5 yards per rush is not the Michigan standard. Maybe part of it's Haynes got out, but like Jordan Marshall is talented, but they can only do so much when they can't get open, when the line isn't creating the holes for them. So I do think Grant Newsom has to go. I actually think that 100%. Focus on recruiting, stop coaching. Sherrone Moore coach the O-line the rest of the season. I'm done. Like he needs to be done coaching.
Not gonna happen, but I hear you. Yeah.
Like Sherrone Moore was a far and away better O-line coach. Like he can do it for the rest of this season and then hire somebody really good. Grant Newsom's not that guy.
Yeah, I mean, the reality, but how sad is it that we need Sherrone to focus on the O-line? Because here's the other thing too. I want to say this. It's true.
Bro, he let John go for like, that's his name, right? He let John go for like 2 minutes. He said, man, give me my ball back. Give me that shit back.
To say Michigan has looked better in games Sherrone hasn't coached. That's a statement.
Yes. Yes, TJ, yes, stay here. Stay here for a while. Ride this. Pause for a while. This is where you need to be at. Biff, because Biff doesn't call it with anxiety. Say it. Say it. This team is better when Sherrone Moore doesn't coach. Say it.
I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna like it's the truth. You know, as much as like that seems, well, they played against Central and Nebraska. Yeah, they did. But then we played against Wisconsin, who's worse than Nebraska, and we looked like shit. Undisciplined, unfundamental again. And then here we are now going against USC, who really is not elite, guys. We made USC look way better than they are. Way better than they are. They're
not true. They beat a really good Illinois team. Illinois just got made look really bad by the Nick Saban's Alabama, a.k.a. Indiana. And you let that fool you on what USC really is. Because here we go. Like, you lost to Oklahoma. USC and Illinois are both better than Oklahoma.
They're not that good. And this isn't a talent. This is not a talent problem. Do you think Indiana has more talent than we do?
Yes, 100%. Yes. This is where, hey, this is helmet scouting. This is like the bias on the helmet. Indiana is more talented, especially at the top, than Michigan is. 100%. It's not even close.
We don't. But they have a better coach than we do. So their team.
No, they have a better team, better roster. They have a better team and better roster than Michigan. Indiana is better. I'm not going to let the disrespect for Michigan continue. For Indiana continue. They're better. Better receiver play, better quarterback play. I mean, albeit Bryce Underwood, super talented, but he's not there yet. Mendoza threw for 3,000 yards in college football last year. Really good. O-line, D-line, good. Indiana's better, 100%. More talented and better coach. Both of them.
How about Illinois, who beat USC? Do we think Illinois is better?
Illinois is literally 2023 Michigan Light. So not as good as that Michigan team. They're closer to 2022 Michigan. Maybe the Cade McNamara Michigan teams. Illinois is very, very good at offensive line. They're talented. Unless you just want to look at like blue chip ratio and helmets. If that's what you're doing, okay, got it. But yes, Illinois is probably similar talent to Michigan. Like, there's not this big gap. There's not a gap. Honestly, there's not a gap.
You think Illinois is more talent than Michigan? No.
What?
They were prepared for that game better.
No, I mean, they're fuck. I like TJ. He's just wrong. He's wrong. I mean, it's the issue. It's like, do you go talent based on like finding a gem, or do you go talent based on like blue chip ratio in and of itself? And like, does the 5-star of Bryce Underwood overrule the rest of the talent on the Illinois team? I think Illinois is talented. Like, Illinois produces NFL players all the time. I don't know, man. Like, Michigan's probably slightly more talented, but it's worth a conversation, and it's not supposed to be a like that kind of push.
This team is not prepared. All right, I'm just gonna say it. Fuck it. Someone might clip this. Sherrone Moore is not a head coach. He's just not.
That's real. Lincoln Riley, Sherrone Moore are both OCs cosplaying. Honestly, Sherrone Moore might have been an offensive line coach cosplaying as an OC who's now cosplaying as a head coach. At least Lincoln Riley was just a head coach. I mean, an OC cosplaying as a head coach.
He's just not. But guess what? We're stuck with him right now, and it's where we are. It's just what it is, man. He's not. He doesn't. Sherrone Moore does not know how to game plan for a game like this. He just doesn't. I know he's had his moments. Penn State, great. Ohio State did a great job. The Alabama game, wonderful. Thank you, Weather. You helped. You know, and it's not. But here's the truth of the matter: is Sherrone Moore. It's not that he's not ready to be a head coach. He's ready to be a head coach, but not at Michigan. He's ready to be a head coach at a Group of 5 school. He needs to get his teeth. He needs to get his fucking. He needs experience. He needs to learn on a lower level. He is not ready for a blue blood top 5 program. And if you're a Buckeye, F you, top 10, whatever. It's really top 5 though. Top 5 job in the nation. And Michigan is a top 5 job in the nation. He's not ready for that. It's too much. It's too big for him. It is what it is. I hope to be wrong here. I hope to be wrong, but I'm not.
So I'll just touch on this before we get to the defense. There have been some fans who have given us some heat for our criticism about Sherrone Moore. I see it in every comment section.
I know.
And here's the thing.
I know.
I hate to be right. I hate that we're right. That what we noticed.
Man, shut the fuck up. You don't hate to be right. You couldn't wait to get this take off. He's been formulating this take for the past like 5 minutes, like kind of waiting for TJ to like give him a lane. And TJ just needed a quick break, take a sip of water, TJ, and then get back in the game.
about the team being undisciplined, looking lethargic.
TJ's looking up stats right here because he's about to hit bro with some numbers after this.
Especially in the beginning of games. Look at what happened with USC today. Let's just Lincoln Riley coaching that team. Look at what they did after a bye week compared to what we did after a bye week. Look at what USC did. They used their bye week. They prepared. They came out swinging. They came out with a strong game plan, and every aspect of their team looked better than it did 2 weeks ago. That's what a good head coach does.
Great point.
And
great point,
Sherrone Moore is not a great head coach right now, except for Ohio State. For whatever reason, he gets up for Ohio State.
That's what I'm saying, bro. This is what Ryan Day's done to me because we can't beat these dudes, man. Since we can't beat these dudes, even if they lose to USC and like the Walmart Plus version of Ryan Day, they say, hey, Sherrone Moore's not a great coach except for when it comes to Michigan. Even though that wasn't even a good game plan, Ohio State just fumbled the whole thing.
In Ryan Day's head, can we just be honest? Ryan Day, look, Michigan beat them because Ryan Day tried out Michigan last year.
Bingo. It's not because Sherrone Moore's a good head coach. Like this is the big issue I have. Like you could champion Michigan winning over Ohio State, but if you want to use that to kind of prop up Sherrone Moore, I'll be like, okay, cool. You're in for a rude awakening at some point, and at some point, is it worth it? Like Michigan might be destined to lose 3-4 games every year for the next 5 years, but it's like, okay, well, we beat Ohio State a lot, so is it worth it? Because really, I mean, that 11-1 with the loss being to Michigan is better than the reverse.
Okay, it's just but Ohio State's not built was not built to be like Michigan. The Ohio State fans will tell you the same thing. You know what I mean? End of the day, Sherrone Moore is ready to be a head coach, but he's not ready to be a head coach at a school like Michigan.
Bingo. He needs to go somewhere and develop. Honestly, the North Carolina job would have been a good job for him. Virginia Tech would have been a good job for him. A lesser school. He needs to also learn how to recruit and kind of get talent. And also maximize talent, and not sell out the talent, which I think he's done so far with Bryce Underwood.
Just what it is. Well, but here we are. Man.
I will say, and this actually segues well into defense, Wink Martindale had a good game plan for Ryan Day. He was bracketing, and he was actually he was eliminating Jeremiah Smith from the equation. And Jeremiah Smith barely did anything in the second half, and the only times he did anything in the first half, he was committing OPI over and over. So the point.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Jeremiah Smith not getting the football has nothing to do with Wink Martindale's plan, who was really just to go man-on-man out there. It was just a lack of not wanting to take deep shots after Will Howard got hurt. And then additionally, the whole OPI thing, get a grip. Get in the weight room. It's supposed to be a tough team, right? God. And then additionally, they threw the ball to Jeremiah in the second half. He just didn't get targets on the stat sheet because they ended up being penalties for DPI. Get a grip.
I actually thought today the defense...
TJ needs to check him, bro. He's out of control, TJ. Get him under control.
Wink's decision-making has been better, but I think execution was the worst part of what I saw. Terrible tackling. I mean, awful tackling. And I'm looking at you, Braden Hillman. You suck today. Look, thank you for being a Michigan Wolverine. You got to step it up. Because we're about to play Washington, they're hard. We're going to be playing Maryland, they're hard. We're going to be playing Ohio State. You can't whiff on tackles like that, man.
We're about to play Northwestern. They're taking down Penn State, man.
They're taking down Penn State.
I'm messing on that one, but
we
lose to Northwestern. We're doing a march in Ann Arbor. We're wearing Fire Moore shirts. I don't even give a shit. We're going to start a damn rally in Ann Arbor. We'll figure it out, bro. That is not going to happen. Nah, I'm not letting that happen. Yeah, man. I mean, just it's disappointing. The team, why are we not wrapping up? Why are we still not wrapping up?
Yeah, the lack of wrap up is terrible.
And then, John, I'm sorry. And then you know what's funny is okay, the drops were better. Well, yeah, because Samaj isn't getting the ball as much, and you're throwing it to Andrew Marsh, who can catch the ball.
Jair Hill missed tackles today. Sanders missed tackles today. I got them over and over.
Where was Browder? Why didn't he get any run today? And if he did, I missed it. Chat, let me know in the chat. Did Browder get any run? Because I didn't see him out there.
I figured they'd use Samaj. I figured there's something about Samaj they just love, and I knew they were going to stick with him. And I said that to multiple people when they asked. I didn't think we were going to see much Browder, and that's exactly what I feared. Because for whatever reason, Sherrone Moore has this attachment to certain players, certain coaches, Ron Bellamy, Grant Newsome, and it needs to stop. And we need to play the best players. Now they finally did that with Andrew Marsh. Great decision. I said that. Great decision with Andrew Marsh. Got to do the same thing with Smaj Morgan. Find the best player at slot. That needs to be the slot receiver against the rest of the season. But anywho, back to defense. Like I said, tackling. There were just so many misses. So much just terrible coverages. USC was good, but they were beatable on offense. It's not like they were the best offense we've ever seen in our lives. They executed well, and there were multiple plays that you can't defend. Like, there were multiple perfect.
You could tell TJ didn't think they were going to win this game because, like, how he acted after the Oklahoma loss is drastically different than how he's acting now. It's like way more explosive. Fuck this, fuck that. Like, just sick of the bullshit. And now it's like really like tamed and regular. And my guy on this side, bro, he hasn't taken a single like vape rip the entire show. He kept angry vaping last time when they lost. So you could tell they kind of like see the writing on the wall, so they're not too stressed out about it from the looks of it, at least right now.
Quick balls that you can't defend. The only thing you could do is commit a penalty to stop it. Like, there were a few of those, right? But there were also plenty that we were just whiffing on our coverages. We were whiffing on tackles. We were going to the wrong direction. Like you said, the three guys go. People didn't know what to do. That is on Wink. So while I think Wink's play calling wasn't actually horrible today, I think the execution, that also has to be on the DC, right? And the various position coaches. A couple of bright spots, Zeke Berry, interception, right? Great job. Zeke Berry being back. I said that was going to make a difference. We didn't see a lot of Rod Moore today, although you did see he was kind of acting as the quarterback of the defense, kind of getting everyone set. We did see that, but not a lot of impact like last week. But overall, it looked undisciplined. They didn't know what they were doing. That's on coaching. That's on the coaching staff.
Yeah, and like, listen, here's the other issue with the defense, okay? Where's the sacks? Where's the pressure? Like, what are we doing? And when I talked about this on Thursday, I was like, well, of the issues with Michigan, one thing that I know that we're not going to improve because we don't have the talent, and that is the push up the middle, and we just don't have it. We do not have the defensive tackles who can get push up the middle. Rayshon Ben is the only one, and he's not even getting it enough. And then the other thing too is, has our defense not seen a screen before? Like, why the F are we getting burned so hard on wide receiver screens? And here's another thing too. I don't know this answer, and I will see if I can find out. Does Michigan have a sign guy anymore? Because we are getting our ass kicked. They know what we're running. We don't know what they're running. More.
Whoa. What time is it? Whoa, what the fuck was that? Is he about to do what I think he's about to do? Did he just ask if Michigan has a sign guy anymore? Did he get on postgame? Did he just get on postgame and ask if Michigan has a sign guy anymore? Because they know what we're running. He's joking. He's got to be joking. Wait a fucking minute. He's got to be joking. Hold up, dude. Did he just get on here and ask if Michigan has a sign guy still? I got to mark down when he said this. 33-minute mark. Does Michigan have a sign guy anymore?
Does Michigan have a sign guy anymore? Because we are getting our ass kicked. They know what we're running. We don't know what they're running. USC, they knew when we blitzed. They knew what to audible into. They knew exactly what to go into. That's why our defense was getting gashed. They were ready for that shit.
So no, it's not Wink's fault. They knew the plays. Dog, what? How many views does this have? 6,000?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's the defense, the back seven it's undisciplined. There's still a lot of gaps. We're not getting pressure. We're not wrapping up.
TJ, fuck that. Please elaborate. Please. I'm literally begging you. Please elaborate.
I'm still not understanding why Cole Sullivan's not out there full time. I don't understand that. I know Rolder's looking okay.
He's looking okay.
But
he didn't look
Cole Sullivan needs to be out there full time, bro.
In the first USC drive, he had a couple of major misses that helped contribute to that first touchdown. Rolder did. Rolder did.
Oh, Rolder?
Jimmy Rolder. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I mean, it's just so at the end of the day, John, you ready to go into like a full conclusion here? I mean, I guess let me make sure I'm not missing that side.
Yeah.
Let me just say this. Yeah. Passing, USC only got 265 yards on us. That's not insane, not great. Rushing. Here's what we're not used to. You guys ready for this? They ran 224 yards on us. That's not Michigan football. That's not Michigan football. Michigan football holds you to under 80. Okay? And you might get 100 if you happen to get lucky. You know what I mean? That's
With all due respect, I don't give a shit about this. I want to hear more about the plays.
Michigan football. This is just not it. It's not it. Guys, I'm going to tell you right now, this is not it. Not it. You know it is too. I'm not telling you that you don't know. Most of you already know this. You're saying, I know. It's ridiculous, bro. And then let's see, anything else, any players, or let's look at the players here. Ernest Hausman, he led the team in tackles.
He looked fine.
He looked okay. I mean, team just isn't.
Derek Moore looked okay. He had a couple of
but you didn't get the quarterback. We're not getting to the quarterback, bro. I mean, it's just at the end of the day, John,
or we're getting to the quarterback too late, and he's already thrown the ball.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. So with USC 31, Michigan 13, USC was favored by 2.5 according to FanDuel, who's another one of our sponsors. Thank you very much, FanDuel. Get yourself $5, $300 in bonus bets if you win. Bet responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER. But anyway, FanDuel set 7 on Sherrone Moore, and I'm getting very close, and I think he needs a lot of help. I don't like what I'm seeing. Sherrone Moore did look a little bit more animated today on the sidelines at times. I saw him talking to the refs. I did see one thing I really liked, which was calling the timeout, except that play that he called the timeout on, that was very clearly, in my opinion, a catch. So, hey, maybe last week would have been a great time to do that with that Andrew Marsh play where he was obviously getting the first. But I'm glad he's at least trying to challenge. My guess is someone got on his ass about that. Maybe it was the boosters. Maybe it was Ward. I don't know. Someone got on his ass because he did it today. And I think he wanted to show the boosters or whatever, hey, I can do this. But it just looks like on-the-job training. It looks like a G5 head coach.
That's right. That's what it is. We have a coach who should. That's right. We have a coach who's ready to be a head coach, but not at Michigan.
Yeah.
That's what it is, man.
Hey, that's TJ, like, the best way he can, calling for Sherrone Moore to be fired. Because, like, on this kind of show, obviously, like, he's a Michigan guy and a Michigan fan. And so, like, he can't directly say that I want him fired, I want him fired, I want him fired. So the stance, it's actually honestly, it's some pro work. It's like, I want to talk about, Sherrone Moore and how I don't think he should be the head coach here, but I don't want to take it from the angle that they should fire him, more from the angle that, like, I don't want him to make mistakes here and have to learn while he's here, because I don't know how long that will take. I'd rather him learn mistakes elsewhere, because I think he can be a good coach down the road. I think that's, like, the appropriate way to say you want somebody fired, because if he says he wants him fired, and then he ends up in 3 or 4 years having some, like, big-time success, over there at Michigan, then, like, you look back and it's like, well, you wanted him fired, so we didn't even get here. This is a way to, like, gently say, like, I think he should, I think maybe elsewhere, right? I guess is the right way to do it. Is the right way to do it.
It's not good. It's not good. And look, part of me is like, okay, it's only 2 losses, but, like, the way that this loss happened, it was just, this is a 7-5 team. I'm sorry to tell you, this is a 7-5 team again.
I don't know.
Maybe 8-4.
You think so?
Okay. Who are we going to beat? We're going to beat Northwestern probably, Michigan State probably, Purdue probably. There's 3 more wins. Who else?
I think the only teams we're going to lose to is I think Ohio State. I think we're going to beat Washington. I don't think Washington's special. I think we're going 9-3, like my original prediction.
I'd love that, but
wait.
Lose to is I think Ohio State. I think we're going to beat Washington. I don't think Washington's special. I think we're going.
I think we're going to lose to Ohio State. That's what TJ's saying. He raised his eyebrows like he wanted to object, but he can't do it.
9-3, like my original prediction.
I'd love that, but
is this where you cue the rivalry's supposed to mean something?
I think so.
This could have, but here's what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
This could have, but
sorry, guys. What time is this? 48. Just thinking, we might need a thumbnail. 3903. Thanks for the thumbnail, big dog.
Here's what drives me nuts.
Yeah.
This year, with this talent, and then you get a couple more people from the portal than you did, right? Especially on the lines and on receiver. And this is a playoff team that could have made a deep playoff run, and this is what breaks my heart. Bryce Underwood's first year is most likely going to be wasted, and we're going to be.
This team was never making a deep playoff run, bro. Chill the fuck out.
In the fucking Pop-Tarts Bowl. Or some type Relia Quest again, or some type of who gives a shit bowl, instead of the playoffs where Michigan should be. Michigan should be in the playoffs this year. But it's coaching ineptitude. It's just one bad decision after another bad decision, and you're letting down the guys. You're letting down the talent. This team is talented. We have the #1 quarterback in the country in the class of 2026. We have multiple good receivers. I think McCauley, Andrew Marsh, great receivers, right? There's good people on defense. There is real talent on this team. Rob Moore's still here. We're wasting Rob Moore's last year. That's shameful. This team has the talent to do it.
Take a big sip, brother.
And okay.
Yeah, this team. No, but John, no, go on, John. Go ahead. Finish your point.
Let me just ask you one question. And then go.
Yeah.
Kurt Cignetti coaching this team, what do you think the record would be?
Boom. Let's go, dude. Everybody wants Sig, man. Everybody wants Cignetti. The thing is, they should have wanted DeBoer. DeBoer was the prize. Here we go. It's starting.
Yeah.
What it's going to turn into is who can get rid of their coach first and try to go get Sig, and then it's going to break a lot of people's heart when he either stays at Indiana or goes to Penn State. Maybe that's why Penn State fired James Franklin. I said, let's go get Sig now.
This team has the talent to do it, and okay.
Yeah, this team. No, but John, no, go on, John. Go ahead. Finish your point.
Let me just ask you one question. Then go.
Yeah.
Kurt Cignetti coaching this team, what do you think the record would be?
Fuck yeah, dude. Kurt Cignetti's coaching this team right now. We're probably undefeated, and if we're not undefeated, we are definitely only at 1 loss. And this team will be a playoff team. All right. I was talking to Juju before the game. Indiana looks hot. Indiana looks and plays like Michigan when Harbaugh was here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, coach.
No, they don't. This is revisionist history. This is insane revisionist history.
Coach, well disciplined, physical,
really
good,
physical.
He's a good fucking coach. Animated, fiery. Fucking Kirk Cignetti's the man, bro. And I'm gonna tell you now, if anyone doesn't like Kirk Cignetti, that's a you problem. That's a good coach, man. I know he's cocky. I know all that shit. I know he had the quote where he was like, the lady was like, "What do you tell recruits?" He goes, "I win." Google me, and he fucking does though, dude. Shout out to Kirk Cignetti. I mean, he's just a good coach, man. I would love to have him. I if I was like, I wish. I mean, I wish I had some FU money like the Ellisons, but and they got the most FU money of anybody. But man, I wish I had like a Billy. Because I'd pay for Sherrone Moore's. I would pay for Sherrone Moore's buyout, and I'd be like, I'd go to Cignetti. I'd be like, brother, here's the deal. I'm gonna make you the highest paid head coach in football, and I'm gonna give you all the resources you need to build this thing into a juggernaut. And let's fucking go. I got the backing of the Ellisons. I got the backing of other donors. We're good. Let's get it. But I don't. I'm here with you boys, so we're gonna make it work. Man,
this is the same as fantasizing about the IG model.
I want to give a shout out. I'm gonna give a shout out to a Spartan because I'm gonna give a shout out. Me and him going at it today. Thule, what's up, bro? I'm not mad at you. He's a Spartan. Here's why I'm gonna give him a shout out because a lot of Spartans wouldn't have the balls to even come here and talk. So shout out to you, Thule. I know you're having a tough day. We're having a tough day. Enjoy the show, my guy. Finally get a Spartan here. I've been trying to get a Spartan on this show for the longest time. We get a bunch of Buckeyes and Penn State fans. Anyways, so yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, John, we have a coaching staff that appears to be not doing it. Just they're not meeting the standard. They're not meeting the standard. But the reality is, I really wonder how the boosters are feeling about this. But the reality is the administration, Ward and co. They're not gonna.
It's funny because like the Michigan fall off is not going to be viewed as like any kind of disappointing because of what's going on at Penn State right now.
They're not going to move. They're not going to be aggressive. They're just not. But
They're not.
The fans should voice disapproval, man.
Sherrone could go 6-6 this year, and he'll be coaching next year. He's not going anywhere, and it's because Michigan doesn't care about being elite. They just want to follow the rules. The administration, they just want to go along to get along. I don't know if you've heard about what's going on with this funding, this private funding that's been discussed, and how Ohio State and Michigan are now considering it, even though it would help every other school.
No, I didn't know they were considering. I thought they were the two schools that were against it. Oh no,
they are, but they're warming up. They're considering it now.
I don't like it.
I still don't know if it'll happen.
You lose. Don't you lose control over your own branding?
You lose control over. Yeah. So yeah, and you give everyone else more of a playing field, even though some of those schools went against us during the signs thing.
I'll do a video about it at some point later on this week. I do not think that's an accurate depiction of kind of what the private money means. And I also don't know how true it is that those two schools are warming up to the idea of it. I'll have to look more into it.
Maybe Notre Dame was right, man. Independent was the way. Anyways, fucking leprechauns. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
did bro just make a third drink during the show?
Hopefully not. I don't like that private equity shit with my. I definitely don't need. It's a public institution. We have tax. How can you put private equity into it? I don't know. I mean, maybe it's just the athletics, which I guess would potentially be separate because the athletics operate as a separate entity than the university. I don't know. Maybe my guy GT knows the answer there. I know he's savvy in that area.
The point is, our administration isn't going to fire Sherrone because he goes 9-3.
No, because we have an AD.
8-4 even.
We have a yes man for an AD, man. We know that. We all know that.
And Sherrone is a convenient fall guy for like he's essentially a convenient person to coach the team through the.
People don't want to talk about Sherrone Moore was just put in place just in case they needed to fire him for the sanctions, like to be like the big head. Pause. Sherrone Moore was left there in case they needed to fire somebody for the scandal. It like looks like a real bludgeoning because Michigan's a good enough job to perform a real coaching search. But yeah,
scandal through everything else. He was an easy hire. He was somebody though. I mean, to be fair, most people wanted him, right? The players wanted him. The fans, a lot of the fans wanted him, and part of it's because of how he interim coached. But guess what? He interim coached with some fire. He interim coached with some passion. He interim coached. I thought he did fairly well. He played conservative, but I think he injected him. That's what I was expecting to see. And instead, we're getting this zombie who I don't know what he's doing during the week. I don't know what's happening during the week of practice. I think they all just went and tanned and like it just feels like they did nothing to truly prepare for especially the line play. Grant Newsome, what the hell is he doing? Right?
Yeah,
and
we got smacked in the face.
Lines.
I mean, listen, I don't want to say like, we sleepwalking? I mean, I'm not there. I mean, the boys.
The Michigan program, from the time I started covering the sport, time I started following the sport, had been really underwhelming in comparison to Ohio State. And then they had a 2-year window where they overachieved, and it changed the fan base's expectations about what they should be. When really, this is the reality of who Michigan likely is. And I said they were going to be good this year because I thought that they were going to be trending the right way. And like once you hit a certain level, the belief is you stay there or continue to go up. And I was wrong. This is kind of just who Michigan is. They overachieved for a couple years, and now it's back down to kind of the regular new coach, new quarterback, unproven coach, don't know if he can do it, and a team that, in all likelihood, is going to be sitting there 9-3 and then making the playoffs every other year or every 3 years.
Obviously, look, they came to play, but it wasn't good enough, and their approach is not enough, man. I mean,
right.
Sherrone is just, guys, he's not experienced enough to do this. He's just not. He's just not. He doesn't. He's relying on Chip Lindsey and Wink Martindale to do their jobs because he's not the expert there, right? He's an O-line expert. He's an O-line expert, and he's a people person who works extremely hard by all accounts. By all accounts, he works extremely hard, right? Yeah, I got that fucking Spartan's all mad and she's all crying. Just so you know, when we play you, we're gonna rub your fucking nose in it, bro. Just so you know, Tooley. Take that, bro.
Tell him. Back to our main rival, Michigan State.
But anyways, yeah, even though we lost to USC, we're gonna smack you around. But yeah, so I mean, like at the end of the day, they're just not ready, John. The coaching staff, Sherrone. I mean, look here. But guess what? Sherrone Moore. Guess what? He gets an opportunity to prove us wrong next week. So all the shit we're saying, prove us wrong. Prove me. I want to be wrong, Sherrone. I don't want to be right. I want to be wrong. I want to come on here and be like, you know what, boys? Your boy don't know shit. Sherrone's the king. Sherrone runs this conference. He just whooped Ryan Day's ass again. We're in the playoffs. All that. But at the end of the day, it don't look that way. Because here's the deal. You know what? Why am I even trying to like look at the other side? Here's the reality. Guess what? We look poorly coached. We lack fundamentals. We're not polished. We're not disciplined. We're not ready.
They're starting to repeat themselves a little bit. So I'm going to give this one a rest. I was also told the Johnny Olden show. Shout out my guy, Johnny. Is doing a reaction show right now. Are they still live?
You just call them plays.
The king in the north. The king in the north.
I was told to go to around the 50-minute mark. I mean, I'm sure I had to like the video part. I haven't watched it yet. The 50-minute mark, and this is a long crash out. This is still going. I'll find it. I gotta find the timestamp.
Especially the way we could and the
Yes.
Bruh, that was garbage passing yards.
No,
What do you mean?
Where's the passing yards when it mattered?
I said the best passing game that we've had. I didn't say.
Oh my God.
Hold on.
Go ahead, Johnny. Go ahead.
What game do we have a
Get
better
him, Johnny.
Did the passing game look better except Central Michigan?
It looked better in some spots, but it wasn't.
Thank you.
Dom, go ahead. Dom.
Go ahead,
Let's see what Dom got to say.
What up, Dom?
You muted, Dom.
sorry about that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, T, I did respond to you last night on TJ's show, and I love Sherrone Moore. I just want to be clear on that, and I wanted to see him succeed at Michigan.
Okay, I love Sherrone Moore. Let me be clear on that. He's about to fire him.
And
Sure.
you know, I don't want to misspeak, but it's been 146 years of college football at the University of Michigan. It's long past due for an African American head coach, and I want to see him win. I want to see him do well, and I'm just as pissed off as everybody else is. And it's not the fact that we're losing ball games; it's the Michigan football that we're accustomed
That's Jordan from the Menace chat up here.
to seeing has been absent this year. The focus, camaraderie, is that the word I'm looking for?
Camaraderie, not, I believe, because not commodity.
The tackling, basic fundamentals, it's just not there. And, you know, Sherrone Moore, of course, he's going to be found guilty because he's our head coach. And, you know, T, I don't know whether or not he's friends with these people as assistant coaches or not. I made an assumption. I'm trying to find answers like everyone else here. Like, how is this possible? Especially the way we concluded last year. I thought it would be a continuance. And like so many other, including our coaching staff, I'm sitting here scratching my head. And that's why I said I'm assuming that Coach Moore wants to be everybody's friend. And, you know, I've worked for bosses like that, and they're not good leaders. And the leaders that I've had in my life, bosses, coaches, that were hard asses and held me accountable, I had success in the company or the team. We had success. And that's missing because Ben Herbert's been gone. That was the biggest loss at the University of Michigan because he was our strength and conditioning coach. And I say that because my former high school coach, Kenny Manning, he was recruited by Nick Saban to be the strength and conditioning coach at Michigan State University. And then Nick went to LSU, and Kenny stayed behind and coached with Antonio. Now, if you notice, since Kenny retired, it's a handful of years ago now, maybe 4 or 5 years, Michigan State has gone soft. And that's what we've seen with the University of Michigan. We lost our Kenny Manning when Ben Herbert went away. So Tress needs to be replaced. The offensive line coach, and that's what's really disturbing to me beyond anything else, is that Sherrone Moore's an offensive line coach.
So one thing I'm noticing really quickly is that, like, TJ and John were not surprised by this loss. This response by Dom sounds like he's very surprised by this.
You would think at least the offensive line would uphold who he is, who he started with. But there's a lot of different things to go into that need fixed. And there's a lot of little things. Like I tracked the plays yesterday, and in the second quarter, we started a drive with 9:13 to go in the second quarter, and we finished that drive with 3:07 to go. And that was a touchdown pass to McCulley. There were a lot of good plays. There were some, mishaps, but I paid attention to when Bryce was snapping the ball, when the play clock was running in the game clock. And I counted 94 seconds was left on the clock because he didn't let it run down to 3 or 4. Now, I'm not blaming Bryce entirely on this, because I would assume Chip Lindsey's in his helmet until the 15-second cutoff, and then the quarterback's on his own and to snap the ball. So whoever should have been Bryce to slow it down a little, watch the play clock. But that resulted in 94 seconds being left on that second quarter play clock before halftime.
This is a real crazy nitpick. Real crazy nitpick.
Now that gives Southern Cal a minute instead of 3 minutes. Do they get that other touchdown before half and take it to 14-7? I don't.
It is wild. Years of calling everybody soft. Years of calling Ohio State soft. It looks like Michigan's soft now.
No, but it's small things like this. And, I feel for Sherrone Moore, and I thank everyone for hearing me. I really feel for Sherrone Moore, because the pressure he's dealing with is far more intense than what Harbaugh was dealing when he had lost to Ohio State in year 6, year 7, year 5 because of the NIL money. That's $12 million for Bryce Underwood. Who knows how much else we have scattered throughout the team. And to see Bryce get sacked in some of those situations, it's concerning, because it's not a designed run. And this is what I was fearful from the very beginning, is Bryce trying to create something with an offensive line that's pathetic to try to get us back in the game when we're down 2 touchdowns. That, and we're not a playoff team. I never thought we'd be a playoff team. I wanted to see improvement, the team play well, and obviously be able to beat Ohio State in Ann Arbor, and that is now a concern for me. And the last thing, I watched TJ's show last night, Johnny, and TJ was going on and on and on about, it's like they knew our signals. It's like they were
No way, right? There's no way he does it.
coming right at us, like they knew what we were doing. And I paused, and everybody thinks I'm crazy.
That's not good.
But why is Chase Herbstreit on the team? I mean, you can't sign steal anymore. They use the radio. You can't steal that. In the catapult thing, the cloud sharing with the practice videos that OSU tapped into, but that story went away. That just disappeared. You can't. That catapult thing's gone now as well. So how else is Ryan Day going to cheat? I know. Let's put Herbstreit's boy on the team. What's he doing there? He's not going to play. He's never going to see the grass. They'll put Warren.
Johnny, shut this down, dude. Shut this down right now.
They'll put Warren in before they put in Herbstreit. What, in education? Go to Northwestern. Go to MIT. Why is he at Michigan? Why?
That is a good question.
Why? What's he there for? It's not an education. He ain't playing ball. So what is he there for? And then you look at the Oklahoma game and you look at the Southern Cal game. TJ's right. It's like they knew what we were doing. It's like, oh, okay. So maybe I am crazy, conspiracy theory. But yesterday,
I think they.
Johnny, you're full of shit, man. That is a good question. So you're telling me, Dom is telling me that Herbstreit had his son go to Michigan, and he steals the signs, and not only does he plan on giving them to Ohio State, but he also plans on giving them to every team they play along the way, because that's what Herbstreit's doing. So he knows exactly at what moments other guys. Yeah, okay. So let me get this straight. Dom is alluding to Herbstreit being on the team, being dropped off there by Ryan Day, with the intent of giving signs or calls and tendencies back to Ohio State while also giving them to other teams. Because them just losing to USC and getting beat by the better football team isn't fathomable, because no way Michigan would lose that way. Also, I remember Michigan fans telling me, I remember all of the talk about sign ceilings don't even offer a benefit. And also, it's good to know that we still believe that Ryan Day hacked into Michigan's catapult. Oh my God. Whose granddad is this? He's a moron. Johnny Olden, shut this down.
They knew what we was doing.
Thank you, guys.
I think they knew what we was doing because the offense is just predictable.
Hey, Johnny, I got a question for you.
Thank you. Oh, this is a gentleman and a scholar, free at the bottom. So they didn't need signals. They didn't need Kirk Herbstreit's son to say what the play was. They looked like they knew what we were doing because we're predictable. Oh my God.
Bro.
What up?
What do you think? Because listening to Don just made me think, what was the most egregious, I guess, person that came back on the staff this year that should have been gone at the end of last year? As I think about it, it's Grant Newsom to me, bro. Like, I don't know how he is still a coach.
There you go.
He's still the O-line coach. But
Facts.
who do you guys think was the guy that should have been fired?
I can't believe they're just going to let this dude get off the hook with that insane blasphemy. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it.
That didn't get fired and it's affecting us the most this year. I think it's Grant Newsom.
Grant Newsom and Tress.
They so cool that they just locked in, but I think he should have been gone.
Yep, and Tress. Our straight
and condition coach. Yep.
Grant Newsom, Trash, Bellamy.
Yes.
Trash can.
All of them.
Who's number one though? You got to pick one.
All of them.
I would say Wink for me. Get rid of Wink.
Yeah.
I'm glad Wink's going to turn on. I think Wink does a pretty good job, or did a pretty good job last year, and I thought he was going to be bad, even though I went away from like my big NFL theory. But having to watch Wink in New York was so horrendous. And so like now watching him and kind of seeing how things go, like I'm having a blast kind of watching Wink be really bad. Like be really, really bad. Let me check my fantasy football team, man, because I do the thing where I draft a rookie tight end every year. Not important though.
Man,
Wink kind of strikes me as one of those guys, those that they made their money and they're just like hanging on for the last couple of years, maybe for health benefits at the job.
This chat is it. That's the thing. USC is a good football team, and somebody's got to kind of at least acknowledge it. They have to acknowledge it. They have to. Because if they don't, then that's when they run into the problem.
And they really don't care, and they're going to do what they want to do. But then when he finds himself in a situation where he's kind of challenged, it's coming at him personally, then he comes up with like a game plan that's like,
Yep.
Yeah, but our defense always gets blown up because we can't play complementary
I think
football.
losing Herbert was the biggest, man. It was the biggest L we've taken, honestly, in the last few years, man. I think he was the culture, and now that he's gone, it's just, I don't know, a feeling of lack of toughness, bro. Like sometimes the defense is extremely physical this year, but then other times, like yesterday, you like, man, what the hell is going on? And he'll just drive me crazy, bro. Like he's not a good corner in my opinion. I don't know why he on the field play for
he can play on. You call that? I play him over the slot. He'll do much better over that slot. I've been saying that since last year.
That whiff on the touchdown, man. First of all, he got a beast.
Man, I believe in the rule. Like, if we're gonna do a show and like I'm gonna do callers, like turn a camera on.
It physically manhandled and then just got pushed around and got scored on, and that's happened a couple times, bro. And I don't know if he was supposed to be the person, guarding these guys.
What do you think Dom tells his wife he's doing during these call-in shows?
When he got scored on, or if it was a bust, but it seemed like he always get cooked, bro. And I don't think he's a number one corner.
We knew that Lincoln Riley was gonna come in with an explosive offense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's our inability to play complementary football. You know what I'm saying? Like when Justin Haynes went out, man, that was like the end of our run game. You know what I'm saying? And like their offensive line I was hoping that they would get better, just by playing together more. But man, it looked like they're regressing.
There's no pride. There's no team pride. There's no pride in the coaches. It's disturbing.
Yeah, I mean, we've been leaning on Justice Haynes, his big his ability is why our running game has at least been decent. You know, like the other kid, he don't have the ability to see the gaps like Justice Haynes does. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like he just, you know, they're not creating the big enough holes for him. Like Haynes, he can just see it, and he got good field vision. That's why he probably gonna be good on the next level, because he's actually got good field vision. But like, man, when he went down, so went our running game. You know what I'm saying? And then we had to rely on the pass. That's just never a good situation. They just pin their ears back. You know what I'm saying?
What's up with getting our tight? We heard about these tight ends.
Yeah, I ain't seen them yet.
Because they blocking. Yesterday they were in max protection in the whole second half.
And also, y'all, I think our scheme that we putting out right now is not featuring the tight ends at all. You can tell.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. That's the missing piece. That's what I'm saying.
That's the missing piece, because if you notice, if we leak our tight ends through the middle, they be wide.
They be open.
They be open. We just don't do it.
USC did a lot.
Exactly.
USC did a lot.
Well,
third down alone. They did it.
You already know, like, the tight end is the release valve for the quarter. I mean, he's the safety valve for the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But if they got the dudes blocking because they can't get protection, they can't give, because the line can't give Bryce protection, then that takes away options. You know what I'm saying? That's why they
can't block and release though. I see it too much in the NFL where the tight end blocks and then he release out into the flat though. So I mean, they can do that to some degree too. So it ain't like it can't be done. It's just they fail to execute to use it. Like, it ain't that hard.
And also, I think that ain't gonna work because everybody is playing up on us. They ain't even giving us like 2 or 3 yards off the line.
And we playing 100 yards off with our DBs.
Thank you. And they playing up on us. So
that's crazy.
Like, them screens was crazy. We got dudes 15 yards off the line of scrimmage, bro. I'm like, what the hell are you all doing, dog?
You know, I'm with T on this. You know, be cautious about wanting Signetti. You know, when you look back at the Rich Rod years,
Signetti,
he was the hottest coach to come in. However, when he came in, he had Lloyd Carr's recruits, and instead of adjusting the offense in order just to win games, to be successful, he was stubborn, and he tried to run that WVU spread, which gave him the worst record in the history of the university.
Okay, bro. Dom B doesn't have it. Or not Dom B. Dom M. Dom doesn't have it. Free chip. That's fire chip. That's insane. Like, be careful hiring a hot name, because whatever recruits are before him, he won't adjust the offense. First of all, 2 parts. Or in the transfer portal era, you have to have a level of wherewithal and understand the time of football you're in. Cool, congrats. You understand college football, or at least you know old college football. But Signetti took Tom Allen's recruits and said, let's go get it done, and then overhauled the roster with the portal and then brought in an OC that's willing to adjust and do things right. That is honestly a terrible take. If he didn't have the Michigan sign stealing, or Michigan's getting their sign stolen take first, I would say this was his worst take. He's on a generationally awful take run right now. So just, you know, see what else we got. Just a generationally awful take run right now.
And, you know, Rich Rod, everybody talks, you know, he's a genius at that time and this and that. In my opinion, that's nothing but BS. He made his career off the talent of Slayton and White when he was at WVU. He hasn't done anything since.
Correct.
Nothing. You can go look at the records. And his career.
Student, I never want to hear anybody else compare Sig to Rich Rod. Never again. Also, Rich Rod was ahead of his time. Would have had you all right. Just saying.
Here at Michigan didn't go anywhere because we didn't get Terrell Pryor. That's why.
There you go. Yeah.
And I don't want to see Signetti. I don't want to see Signetti. I don't want to see him either. Like a quick fix. It's going to take some steps now, and that's why
I think it's much easier to. I mean, it makes way more sense to stick with Sherrone for one more year and see what happens. Because sometimes you get what you wish for. And I was telling the guys yesterday.
Idiots. They're going to feel sick to their stomachs if Sig goes to Penn State and builds a monster. I want everyone to remember this podcast.
Hey, and I'm not. This ain't like. I'm not trying to act like I'm somebody, but a couple of my really good friends played for that team with Rich Rod the first year. And they was just, you know, their thoughts on it is like, man, he didn't have a chance, bro. You know, like on the inside of the building, it was so toxic because he wasn't one of Lloyd Carr's guys. And y'all know how they do at Michigan. If you ain't one of the guys, you know, if you ain't a part of the club, you cook. And they was like, you know, like, man, he ain't have a chance, bro, because they didn't, the administration didn't like him. You know what I'm saying? And then that made the team not like him. It was really weird how it went down.
But that was that was then. We in 2025 with the NIL era. You can put less than a year.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Free knows more ball than everybody else on his panel.
Moore about to be on a hot seat, whether he like it or not.
I think they get rid of Wink. I think they get rid of Wink first, though. I think Wink will be the scapegoat first. Wink will be the scapegoat first, though. They let Wink go first for the next
Y'all gotta
Moore.
keep
Then they
Michigan
let Sherrone
culture.
Moore.
Michigan culture is different, bro. I'm telling you, we gotta keep that top of mind. Like Michigan administration, the fans is a different breed, bro, and we gotta be careful what we wish for. Because we'll get a guy in here and we think things have changed and they do the man dirty again. We really don't know.
Listen, and also we are dealing. People got to understand now we are dealing with money. So you got to win right now. We can't have no 2 or 3 year wait, because if we have a 2 year, 3 wait, we might lose our quarterback next year, bro.
What you think was gonna happen if LSU say Bryce Young? We got $15 million, and by the way, we got good receivers. What you think he gonna do? He gone. He gone.
Yeah, do y'all honestly think Bryce will leave? No cap.
Yeah.
Bryce Underwood to LSU is what I've been saying, man. He can come to Michigan, start a year, and then go down there to LSU. The down thing is that LSU has kind of been disappointing this year with Nussmeier. So, I mean, this dude keeps making really good points, but we'll have to see.
I don't know.
I don't think he'll leave. I think what it is, we just need to get.
Money talks bullshit. Well, if an SEC team say I got 20 million and I got receivers for you, he's gone.
Okay, he's wilding. 20 million is wilding.
At our receivers, and you look at
go get the best guys in the portal. I think that's what Bryce
we tried to do that, bro. We tried to do that. They
was last year. That was last year. Now they see what Bryce can do. Receivers will come
out. Listen, bro.
Yeah, but listen. The NIL is not a contract. You know what I'm saying? Like he can bounce.
What I'm saying is, if
everybody do the right thing.
Receivers are not going to look what Underwood has done this year and say, "Let me go there." Like there's plenty of other quarterbacks there. I mean, shit. Receivers are going to want to go play where Mason Heistel is, where Jaden Maeva is. If he comes back for another year, like they're going to want to go play with those guys because they're at places that understand their offensive identity. Right now, Michigan does not understand their offensive identity, or they don't believe in it enough to roll with it.
But everybody got to look using our wide receivers like we supposed to. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real.
We don't.
But they got to catch the ball for one. That's one of the problem right there for one.
Well,
we can't catch the ball for one. And then
what does using our receivers like we're supposed to mean though? Like what does that mean?
I mean, look, McCauley. Number one, he's the biggest wide receiver I've seen in a minute. So we gotta throw him the ball at least 10, 15 times, bro. I don't even care. Just feature him. That's when you get it in.
Cam, you can't do that. We can't run the offense because the offensive line
can't
do anything good. But my thought is let's take a handful of plays and get really good at them. And as Johnny says, line up in different formations, give them some eye candy, run the ball, some play action, and let's get good at about 15 plays. And that's it. Let's dummy it down and stick with what works. But this experimentation, somebody's going to get hurt in this whole NIL money. And all the money involved now. You look at Penn State, they'd love to get rid of Franklin. That's going to be $53 million. No, Ohio State, Ryan Day's buyout is $80.5 million. So I'm Ohio State.
What's Sherrone's buyout, Don?
Why would they get rid of Ryan Day? He won a championship.
Okay, Ryan Day. If I'm at Ohio State, this guy has lost to Michigan 4 times. All right. And my fan base does not want to see that 5th one. He won the title. So what am I going to do this year? I don't know.
He's not getting fired.
He's not getting fired.
He just won a championship.
That's not happening.
Yeah, but without that buyout, he would have got fired last year.
Exactly.
He would have got fired after the Michigan. He would have got fired after the Michigan game if it wasn't for that buyout. They were threatening his family after the game, bro. They was ready. But I'm saying though, they were.
The fan base may have been fed up, but absolutely not. Ohio State was not going to fire Ryan Day after the Michigan game because everybody, even myself, who was really upset with Ryan Day, acknowledged that he has the build and has the type of team to win a natty. There was not even a single conversation about firing Ryan Day. If anything, Ryan Day maybe would have left after the year, but there was no talk about firing Ryan. And also, the buyout thing is not an issue for Ohio State, just separately. This dude, Dom, is on a generational run of terrible takes. Stop talking about my team. That is so garbage. They were not going to fire him after. He could lose to Michigan next year and the next year, and he still would not get fired. Honestly, you're just wishing that because right now, Michigan and Ohio State are 2 programs heading completely different directions. So, talking about Ryan Day's buyout when y'all just lost to USC and y'all just got pushed around and y'all like the softer team is insane, bro. Johnny, get him off a mic.
ready to run him out of town after that Michigan game.
Hey,
They were ready.
Fans were absolutely pissed, yes, because they care about the rivalry. The university, Ohio State, has never operated that way. They were not going to fire him with the postseason looming.
The reason why James Franklin is still at Penn State, what's it called? Said it best. They
his buyout.
Nice. I don't care about the $50 million buyout. He can't win big games enough.
Also, Sherrone Moore's buyout, I think it's like $4 million, right? I think it's a small, tiny, minuscule buyout.
He can't even beat Northwestern.
It's the $50 million buy.
Let's see. Okay. As of December 1st, 2025, if the school fires Moore without cause, he would be set to receive $13.897 million, which would rank as the 36th most expensive buyout out of the 105 USA Today could review and 14th in the Big Ten Conference. So that's not a lot at all. So if they did it before December 1st to be $13 million, I don't know why TJ said 4, but I think it was 4 actually before, but $13.8 million. That's not bad at all. That's such a doable buyout.
The MSU
they care about
I got it. If
the MSU fire boy overnight,
this is big boy football. You're gonna have to spend some money.
The only way Penn State gets rid of Franklin or Ohio State, should Ryan Day lose to Michigan for a
they're not getting
a playoff game loss and get them booted and not win back-to-back.
You see what Texas Tech doing? Texas Tech being shit.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm gonna slide out and listen. Hey guys, thanks for having me. I'm gonna slide out and listen.
All right,
I appreciate chopping it up with y'all. I'm about to just tap out. All right.
It's a breach of contract. That's why these universities could get rid of coaches without paying that buyout. They didn't fulfill their contract. So don't be surprised if
no, that's not
about
true.
With Franklin, where they could fire him and not pay that buyout.
No, that's not true, bro.
You know, if you breach your contract, you're not going to get your buyout.
You only breach the contract if you do something that's like
Michigan State,
right? You know,
not for losses, bro.
No, I'm not saying for losses. I'm not saying for losses. I'm not.
I know, but
he's saying Penn State's about to frame James Franklin to get him the fuck up out of here.
So let me say this. When it comes to because I hear everybody talking about the transfer portal. You can't compare Michigan to Indiana in the transfer portal because we have academic restrictions. Mm-hmm. We cannot just go get any receiver we want.
I believe Michigan and Indiana have the same academic standards. Like the floor for all of them is the same. That's a horrible excuse. That's such like an old school way of thinking.
Some of the schools' credits don't even transfer to Michigan.
True.
So
they make it work with football players literally all the time. That is a terrible argument.
I know everybody like, oh, next year we just gonna go get all these receivers. No, bro. Y'all gotta remember that Michigan academically is like strict. So some kids can't even get into Michigan.
This is the shit that irritates me, man. Like that's just garbage.
That's true.
That's why we maybe need to get a better coach.
But listen, that's why Indiana was able to turn their roster around. They don't have those restrictions. So every year, same thing with like Ole Miss. If you watch,
you're right. Fernando Mendoza wasn't going to be able to get into Michigan. He couldn't get into Michigan. He could only get into Indiana. The kid from Cal Berkeley.
Ole Miss every year. Ole Miss is one of the top portal teams. You know, because they don't have those restrictions. Michigan is different. We'll get sprinkles of portal.
Yeah, Texas Tech and Georgia Tech, man. Kids can transfer there, but kids can't transfer to Michigan.
But our team is really going to be based on.
You know what make Indiana good too? They got a hell of a coach, and we don't.
That's what make Indiana good. I'm not in the Sherrone Moore hate bandwagon right now. Like, I'm not.
Hey, freeze on a generational run up here.
Give him another year.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the same thing.
I'm not hating. I'm just calling out what I see. Every time we in a big game, he on the sideline smiling, look like he don't know what's going. What you smiling about, bro?
Well, see, for me, it's a guy that I love. Now, we want a gym going too. Now, if a fan want a gym going before he turn things around, when he got the quarterback though.
That's facts.
And I love Jim Harbaugh. That's my dog, but I was kind of pissed.
got it, but Jim
He
Harbaugh got a
he,
resume.
I know, but he got he got rid of Don Brown. He got rid of Don Brown. They talked to he got rid of Don Brown, and he got defense coordinator in there, Ben McDonald, Mike McDonald, and then Jason. And then after that, right there, after he got JJ McCarthy, thing changed. The culture changed.
Facts.
So we got a quarterback now. We just got to get everything else in place.
I'm gonna give him another year, bro.
That's why I was hoping, man. Last year our quarterback play was like a big part of the problem, and now
we still could have won 10 games. They crazy, ain't we? Could have won 10 games without with bad quarterback play. And the same thing this year, so we got a quarterback.
But man, our offensive line, our running game was so much better last year.
Yeah, it's just January 18th through 2023.
Nah, the offensive line wasn't better last year.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hold on, let me read these super chats. The new live, appreciate the $5. Going for 2 when down by 9 with a quarter left is all perspective. You need to know that coaching changes are necessary. Yeah, we would have been down. He should have kicked the field goal. We would have been down 10, and there was just no need to do that. It was just
right. No, but see, they go off that analytics sheet. That analytics sheet told them to do that.
I
know it don't make no sense to me neither.
You got a computer and then you got common sense.
No, you right. I'm just telling you why he did it. You right though.
I get it, but it's stupid. I never bought into all that analytic stuff. Sometimes I get it, but certain stuff, you know the game.
I think that was a feel thing and not an analytic thing.
Hey, you think the computer knows the game better than you?
Nah, exactly.
Nah, you're right.
You know what happened to analytics?
I'm hiring.
Hey man, stop the war on computers, man. They be catching flack for some human dumb errors. Catching big flack, man.
Yeah, computers.
Analytics is damn near.
But I'm just telling you, when they go for tools and stuff, they go off that little analytics sheet. You right?
Yeah, I don't buy into
I don't like it either.
Analytics has killed sports.
Watch the NBA. Everybody wants to shoot threes. The only problem is only one person got Steph Curry. Only one team got Steph Curry. That's the problem.
Oh, let me go and finish these. Edward Fields, appreciate the $2. Let's send 3 players in the A gap. Terrible. That was some dumb stuff.
Yes.
Blue Wolverine, appreciate the $10. Well, we have Michigan basketball Friday.
It should actually be pretty good this year, though.
House of Kales, appreciate the $10. Elite programs don't have gap years, and elite programs fan bases such as our rivals don't ask themselves, "Did you expect us to beat USC and Oklahoma?" Elite program fans don't.
And that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. That's the whole.
Ohio State ain't saying
that. Hold on.
That's the whole. Okay, go ahead.
23 tails. I appreciate the $5. Either you're good for it or you're not. I don't care if an alien coached them. Black, white, bi. If you can't get guys in position, play their roles or get them open. Let's see. Devin Swilly, appreciate the $2. Defense looked like the 11 Stooges last night. That's a fact. And then appreciate Dom with the $10 treats for Queen, and appreciate Jay Marion for the $10 to say go blue. Go ahead, y'all.
That's what I'm saying, Johnny. We everybody look at Michigan as a top tier program, right? So
wrong. They don't. They think it's a top tier job based on region, history, and potential resources. But I don't think people view it as like a hyper elite hyper elite program right now. Like, to me, it's a program that had greatly underachieved for a little while and then overachieved for a small window of time to convince their fan bases that they were on the level of Bama's and Georgia's and shit. And honestly, they kind of got me too. Like, I thought they were gonna really see the trajectory change, but like, they've not been historically hyper elite. Like, they haven't gone on like a heater like Ohio State's gone on. They haven't gone on a heater like Georgia's gone on. They haven't gone on a heater, at least recently, like Bam. Like, they haven't gone on a heater like that. They're kind of like Texas, man. Like, people view Texas like from 2000 on as like the class of the Big 12, and then you look up and the team with the most wins and the most title wins was Oklahoma.
So if we top tier, why we win for 5 years, but we have a dip? This is in our nature. We have a dip. Ever since Lloyd Carr left, we've been dipping.
But you know what though? We never won more than about 8 or 9 games though. Even during that time though, like
bingo. This guy, the M in the middle, great call.
No,
but we was considered as a premier school. We was one of them ones back then, because if everybody can go back then, we had some folks coming out of our class, out of that program every year.
Oh yeah, we did that. I mean, we did.
So
we would go like 8-3 or 9-2. We'll lose a bonehead game. We should win, but yeah, it was
win.
consistent.
Yeah, and we fought.
Yeah.
We not seeing that right now.
You know what the problem is? I just pulled up Ben Herbert's accomplishments here. During his career at strength coach, Herbert worked with 95 NFL draft picks, including 12 first-round selections. He coached 3 Heisman Trophy finalists and 8 athletes who combined to win 9 national awards. 3 Outland Trophy winners, 2 Doak Walker Award winners, 1 Rotary Lombardi Award winner, 1 Remington winner, and 1 Lott Impact Trophy Award winner, 1 Lou Garoza Award winner. Herbert has helped athletes collect 72 first All-American Conference honors, 44 All-American honors. He's been part of the Big Ten Conference winning title games, participated in 5 Rose Bowls, player and coach, 22 NFL drafts. Devin Bush, Rashawn Gary, Dax Hill, Aiden Hutchinson.
Okay, that can also be a product of being somewhere a really long time. Because like we saw Michigan get pushed around plenty over the years, dude. And like the 3-year window has people lying about kind of having revisionist history about what they actually are. Lame.
Hutchison, Quiddy Payne, Mazzie Smith.
Yeah, he gone though, bro. Ain't nothing we can do about that.
That's why Harbaugh.
We need to go find another one. We need to go find another one.
He gone. Like,
we just need to pay him to come back. And he wanted to stay. That's why I'm pissed. He wanted to stay, but Manuel wouldn't give him the 10-year contract.
Man, get Manuel out of there.
Guy, bro.
I'm just pissed like everybody else.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's sad though. I think that we could win 10 games. We got a chance to lose 4 games. That's the sad part about it. Like back-to-back
years.
years.
Bowl game, I want to beat Ohio State more than anything in the world. We lose this
year.
They
go
back-to-back. Boy, we're gonna hear a lot of shit.
I don't think they go back-to-back this year, Don. They ain't gonna go back-to-back this year.
No, they got a good team too, bro. They for sure look like the best team right now.
It depends who's officiating the game, right? How about
that is true though. But you know what though? The thing is though, it's an offensive coach that they got a game plan to get what.
Johnny, you got to get this dude off the mic.
That's the sad part about it. Like back-to-back years.
Bowl game, I want to beat Ohio State more than anything in the world. We lose this
year.
That is
true, Don.
I bet you do, Unc. I bet you do.
I'm right.
Back. Boy, we're gonna hear a lot of shit. Ohio State more than anything in the world. We lose this
year.
That
is true, Don.
I'm right. Back. Boy, we're gonna hear a lot of shit.
I don't think they go back-to-back this year, Don. They ain't gonna go back-to-back this year.
No, they got a good team too, bro. They for sure look like the best team right now.
It depends who's officiating the game, right? How about
that is.
Oh my God. Get Johnny, cut his water, cut his mic.
True though. But you
look like the best team right now.
It depends who's officiating the game, right? How about
that is true though. But
this guy right here, man.
You know what though?
The best team right now.
It depends who's officiating the game, right? How about
that is true though. But you know what though? The thing is though, it's an offensive coach that
the game.
Too, bro. They for sure look like the best team right now.
Excuse me.
It depends who's officiating the game, right? How about
that is true though. But you know what though? The thing is though, it's an offensive coach that they got a game plan to get what Ohio State do though. It's some coach out there that can scheme some up though and take advantage of Ohio State.
Yeah, we can't worry about them right now, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that defense against our offensive line right now, bro.
I don't either. Yeah,
but you know what, though, man? That'll be the game. Block like crazy though.
They've got it. They got to
figure out Ohio State.
But they got to
worry about Washington right now.
Yeah. They got to figure out the offensive line, bro. They have.
So did they say?
It sounds like they know it's coming, which is good. They know what's coming and they know how it's gonna go.
Anything about
Washington gonna run the ball?
Johnny, did they say anything about Hayes yet?
They say he could have got back in the game last night from what I heard, though, but they had him out on.
That was pissing me off seeing him over there just standing there with, bro. Go change clothes. Go change.
Yeah, Johnny, I'm with you on that, Johnny. I'm with you on that.
Like, bro, back out here. If you ain't going in the game, go take off your pads and stuff. Stop giving us some type of hope and making us think, why ain't he going back in the game?
Can I ask y'all a question?
That's Sherrone Moore, bro, and the
Can I-
softness. I'm
Can
telling
I?
y'all, man.
Because I said this to Johnny earlier. If you know, when Michigan can't run the ball consistently, Coach Moore don't have a plan.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it
If you
is a
look
fact.
at, if he can't pull a Penn State and run the ball 30 damn times, he ain't got no plan.
Wow, that sounds like, but
You
you gotta have one trick pony.
Let's be fair, man. You go to the fourth quarter of the Rose Bowl, our national championship year, and some of the games against Ohio State, some of the running back passes and stuff, he can call the plays. We just don't have the talent to implement the play calling engine.
No, in the Rose
Yes, you do.
Bowl, he looked good because Jim Harbaugh was holding his hand. When Jim Harbaugh ain't holding his hand,
I don't know. I think some of them. I give credit.
He still beat Ohio State. He still beat Ohio State last year.
He did.
You know what I'm saying?
credit.
And he beat Alabama last year.
That fourth down play against Alabama in the Rose Bowl, I got to give him credit for that fourth down play to Jeremy Gallagher. I got to give him credit though.
You look. The reality is, if we can't run the ball, then the game is in the hands of a freshman quarterback.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
And
that's
a
what
bad
the reality.
offensive line.
And a bad offensive line. That's the reality. That's the reality of it right now.
You don't think they got nobody?
Bingo. I want to throw that up there because this one matters.
Bad offensive line. That's the reality. That's the reality of it right now.
Bingo.
You don't think they got nobody?
I kind of hear excuses because
Revisionism. Bingo.
I seen Clemson and Dabo win with a freshman quarterback. You can't win.
They didn't have a quarterback.
They could have team had a squad though, man. I live.
Trevor Lawrence.
One at a time.
Bro.
It's like, for instance, look at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh my God!
No, hear me out. Hear me out. The reason why they was unstoppable, everybody knew they was running the ball. The difference is the offensive line play was great. The difference is this year, the offensive line play is not great. Sherrone Moore can't figure out our offensive line ain't the same like it was 2 years ago.
I mean, he do know that. That's why we try to protect him. But the thing is, when you go against a team and they get up on you, now they take the run away from you. You have to throw it now.
So some of the defense need to be a little better than the defense ain't doing their part because they missing tackle and it's been like that all year. I mean the defense ain't been
we one of the worst tackling teams.
The defense, I mean, ain't tackling and it's just bad. It start with the defense first. We know what the offense gonna be. We know what offensive line is, but the defense is shocking. To me, that's a telltale right there. Defense, secondary,
I think our defense hasn't been the best. You know what I'm saying? But I think they've kept us in games. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, like if we can't play complementary football, man, that's when the defense gets exposed.
Did you guys see the fourth quarter yesterday when Bryce was thrown actually in the pocket, throwing the ball downfield?
Yeah, he missed him. Yeah.
The interception, I felt bad for Bryce because I think he was thinking McCauley down in the corner, and he then seen Samaj coming in with his peripheral, and I think he took a little bit off the ball.
McCauley got more too, though. McCauley got more. But McCauley got more too, though.
My point here,
and it was the wrong decision.
Yeah. We went what 50 yards in 2 plays because he was in the pocket passing the football. That's what Bryce is, guys.
Yeah, but can we do that consistently? Can we do that consistently?
I get it.
We can do that consistently, though, bro.
Listen, I tell you,
offensive line.
Is he saying that he's a pocket passer? I'm so confused. Hey, Ben Baller right here. Sherrone Moore is really just Black Brady Hoke. Mean that.
Can't block consistently.
That's right. So let's create 10, 12 plays that we're good at and stick with it.
I'm right with you, Doug. I agree with you.
Bubble screens. Can Chip just please stop when it's 2nd and 1 calling a goddamn bubble screen and hand the ball off?
That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Bubble screens. It's like it's killing me, man.
We will never be elite. We will never be elite as long as Sherrone Moore's the head coach.
I disagree.
I tell you what. Okay.
I hated the bubble screens when Harbaugh did them. I hated it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
The program wasn't built on bubble screens.
Right. But they didn't look good until they beat Ohio State the first time with Aiden Hutchinson when they called them plays with the screen plays and all that against Ohio State when they going up and down the field with Hutchinson. Now they off.
I tell you, did you got the Ohio State game yesterday? I mean, they got a good team. I'm not going to discount that. But
OG, don't get on here and say some bullshit.
They've had some really great officiating crews. Now,
Don, come on, yo, you right, Don. Hey, you ain't lying, Don. Watch the game was horrible.
That was yesterday, man. I mean, that was.
Man, I don't even want to talk about Ohio State when we got the trash ass team we got.
Man,
facts, man. Oh boy, yo, they're a good team. Those officials, we're going belt to ass on everybody like this. This is gonna be we're going to look back and think about, damn, this might be the easiest back-to-back ever. And the first time back-to-back in modern college football with 2 different quarterbacks. Write that. Talking about officiating crew. Doesn't matter.
Right.
I'll tell you what. I won't say it's trash. I didn't think it's bad. Just the bad practice habits. Bad tackling and bad practice habits.
Hey,
It's
so
a recipe
you
for
was expecting
disaster,
the
though.
national championship this year?
Oh, what now?
You was expecting the national championship this year?
No.
No, I was expecting us not to look like a can of fucking corn out there. That's what I was expecting.
A can of corn?
Hey, we still can go 10-2 though.
What does that even mean, bro?
We were expecting the offense to look better than what it is, because that's what he told us. He said when
But
we
it-
get a quarterback, we
What
gonna look
guys?
good.
What looks good? Guys, what looks good? What
Nothing.
special teams is ass. Defense is ass. Offensive line is ass. Receivers are ass.
We didn't look good.
Quarterback, quarterback.
We didn't look good last year. We still could have won 10 games last year. We didn't look good last year though.
Outside of week 1, has the tight end stood out at all? No.
Hey, he asked the hard question and nobody wants to answer it. What's look good? Everything looks ass, and everybody got real quiet. And then one person said, well, we looked ass last year. We won 10 games. Uh-oh.
Yesterday at all.
Hey, look,
Johnny,
look at last
outside of week 1, has a tight end jumped off the screen at all? Outside of week 1.
No.
He been hurt though.
Too.
He been hurt too though. I can't really say.
Yeah.
Klein been out there. Klein been out there. He ain't doing shit since week 1. Hasn't done shit.
Nah, remember
He been offensive lineman. He's offensive lineman right now. He can't play tight end when he playing offensive lineman.
What's going on, John? What's going on?
He got a block.
So I'm just going. I ain't gonna even be long, man. Justin Tress got to go. Grant Newsom got to go. Special teams coach got to go, and the wide receiver coach got to go after the season.
Dot.
They just got to go. I'm sorry. Grant Newsom.
I think they're getting a break now because everything else going wrong.
I'm with that.
Every time the offense, Andrew Sprague is regressing. Like every other play, offensive lineman on the ground, like getting whipped. These guys are 300-some pounds. Like the offensive lineman, they were literally running into each other, trying to set block. Giovanni El-Hadi is a potential second, third team All-American, and he looks like he's a freshman. Like, bro, Grant Newsom got to go, and Justin Tress. These guys haven't gotten any stronger. Bryce is probably stronger than most of our offensive linemen, and that's saying a lot. They got to go, and I'm gonna mute myself. They got to go.
Yo, I can't argue. The offensive line looks like it's regressing. They don't.
It is true though. But think about it right here, guys. Last year we didn't have a quarterback. We could have won 10 games with bad quarterback play.
This the thing, and I'm gonna go to Maniac.
That's how you know this. That's how you know the rest of the wrong, bro.
This we got to stop comparing. Last year is last year. We had Kenneth Grant, Mason Graham, Will Johnson early in the season. This ain't last year. This is a different year. You get what I'm saying? So you can't keep saying last.
I'm glad Johnny opted to jump in there, but like he's been letting them get off with some bullshit so much today, dude. So much.
Last year we lost 5 games last year. We done lost 2 all this year, and it's possibilities for more. So we can't keep comparing that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What you got, Maniac?
Look, we got to call it like it is, right? We got to be transparent. First of all, I always bleed blue, Michigan till I die. But at the end of the day, I'm a realist. I'm not a fucking fanboy. I don't wear no my fucking Michigan glasses and act like every time I'll be like, I don't know about this game. Oh, why are you nervous? Why are you nervous? This is why I'm nervous. This is why I'm nervous. 2 years. 2 years. Same shit. Same shit. With the exception of Northwestern, Ohio State, and Alabama last year, this team looks exactly the same, just with an upgrade at quarterback. That's it. And it's not really helping that much. We fucking scored 13 points to USC. A team that's they defense statistically giving up big plays, big yards, a lot of points. We made them look like fucking Alabama 2011. 2011 Alabama. They had a bye, right? And guess what? They looked like they was coming off a bye. Last week, against Wisconsin, Maniac, but it's Wisconsin has a good rushing game, bro. Shit ain't got nothing to do with good rushing game. It's how you look. It's how you look. Fucking Iowa beat Wisconsin in Wisconsin 37-zip. And we was 10-7 mid-third quarter with Wisconsin at home, and fucking Michigan fans was happy with that? Oh, come on, man. It ain't no come on. Enough is enough. We did.
Hey, Michigan, y'all got to get it together because he is spazzing.
We had 3 elite years to go to this, to go to mediocrity. This shit is embarrassing. It's not the loss. It's not the loss. It's how you lose. It's what's bothering me. The defense, they look like a Pop Warner team that just started playing football. Fucking look like we coaching under 8 years old. These guys are diving at shoelaces. Horrible. Horrible. Defense, horrible. The only good thing, all right, we keep our streak alive of causing a turnover every game. Good for you, defense. Coaching staff is failing this team horribly. I don't care what anybody say. I'm not here to say fire Sherrone, but I am here to say he's the #1 problem. I don't care what anybody tell me. You got dudes in Indiana, right? In Indiana, Kirk Signetti, and I'm going to give you an example. People are going to say, oh, but, no, it's no all but. You're going to tell me talent for talent. Indiana has more talent than Michigan?
I am. Chris True, am. I am. I will debate anybody on this topic. Indiana has more talent than Michigan, 100%. 100%.
No, they don't. But you know what they have? A coaching staff.
They got both. They can evaluate talent and they can bring talent in and they can develop talent. I do think OG is right, though. He's getting his own shit off. But Indiana absolutely is more talented than Michigan. Absolutely.
They have a coaching staff. They have a head coach. They got these guys prepared to go to the West Coast and be the #3 team on the road. Control ass whooping. That wasn't a fluke win in Oregon. They dominated that game. They only gave up 13 points because 7 came from a pick 6. If that was Michigan yesterday, Oregon run us out the house. It's not that we have the talent. Hold on. We have the talent. No one could tell me this Michigan team is not a bad team. They just poorly coached. Wink, this is your 2nd year, bro. I don't care. I want him gone. I don't care if he beats. I don't care. I don't care if he beats Ohio State this year. I don't care. He has to go. Bye bye. I've seen him in the steakhouse. Next April, I'm throwing a steak at him. I don't care. I don't know. It is what it is. Ohio State this year. I don't care. He has to go. Bye bye. I've seen him in the steakhouse. Next April, I'm throwing a steak at him. I don't care. I don't know. It is what it is, guys. I'm tired of being nice, right? I'm quick to flip on other teams, but you know what? We got to look in the mirror as a fan base and talk about this is what it is. The only thing that's helping this team moving forward this year is that we have a horrible schedule. Oh, and we play Washington Saturday. And any fucking Michigan fan, and any Michigan fan say they not worried about Washington, I hope you say that.
Dog, he said if he sees him in a steakhouse, he's throwing a steak at you.
Right. Washington might fucking blow us out the house. I'm telling you, Michigan better be ready. Michigan better be ready because Washington offensively is very similar to USC. And in fact, their quarterback is more athletic than Maeva. So I'm telling you, the only reason I'm giving Michigan a chance is because we playing at home. And we have to go to Washington, lost. And then after that, we at Michigan State, we get a bye, Purdue at home, at Northwestern, at Maryland, and then we finish with Ohio State. So we still
Tell us, OG, that Ohio State's about to beat their ass. Tell them.
Still possibly could go into the Ohio State game 9-2. And if we end the season 9-3 with a loss to OSU, I'll just take that shit. At this point, bro, I just lower my expectations. I thought the playoffs was reasonable because of this team, but seeing this team, the lingering issues from New Mexico, which Michigan fans, every game, y'all want to ignore. Nah, man, but you got to understand nothing. Understand that this team is not well coached. New Mexico, USC, same problems. But you know what? There's no issue, apparently, to a lot of Michigan fans. You got a head coach who won 2 Joe Moore awards. Not 1, not 2, 2. And guess what? We look like Northwestern O-line. Come on, man. Enough is enough, bro. This shit was horrible. It was atrocious. Lincoln Riley was laughing on the sidelines. He's like, look at these bums right here. Fucking bums. That's why we looked like yesterday. Fucking bums. And they should have scored like 50, but luckily we got turnovers. This team is bad. Not because the talent is bad. It's the coaching, the scheme. It's all fucked up. And that's the bottom line. That's it. Truth be told. It better start Saturday.
Can I ask you a question?
For Signetti.
Get him an Emmy or a Grammy, man. He stood on business. He stood on business. No, that was nuts.
No, it's an honest question.
For Signetti.
Hey, can I ask y'all, do y'all think the team look better under Biff than Coach Moore? Because I do.
Yeah.
No, but you got to look at the opponent, bro. Who was the opponent when Biff was coaching? It wasn't USC, right?
But they just look like they wanted it more, bro. I understand that completely. They look like they wanted, like they weren't making these mistakes, dog. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but the opponent.
Bro, USC
They play.
Well, I would argue they was making the mistakes. I mean, against Nebraska, we gave up a stupid Hail Mary. That was a huge mistake. That should never happen. We committed dumb penalties that let them back in the game. We were making mistakes. Now I will say
they weren't making mistakes. They didn't. I didn't say these mistakes like tackling. I didn't see
the biggest thing I've seen is when Sherrone's out there. There's no juice.
No,
there's no juice.
They need to hire this dude to get the juice back in the program. Damn, we're about 2-hour mark.
And listen, look, this is what I'm gonna say. You got Sherrone Moore, right? As much as I'm cooking him, all right. When he was the interim coach, good 3-win stretch, right? Yes, you beat Ohio State, you beat Bama last year. But guys, the season is more than that. It's consistency. Where's that same Michigan team we saw against Alabama? Why we haven't seen that team yet this year?
I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, Maniac. If it ain't raining in that game, I think we lose that game.
Oh my God.
I don't listen. That comes with football. That comes with football. But what I'm just saying is, you can see it, bro. Body language says everything, bro. Everyone watches football here, bro. Everyone watches football. You could tell, like, oh, these boys are ready to play today. Michigan is like, la, 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 singing the fucking Smurfs anthem in there. Like, bro, first of all, Michigan is like, la, 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 watches football. You could tell, like, oh, these boys are ready to play today. Michigan is like, la, 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 singing the fucking Smurfs anthem in there. Like, bro, first of all, we're going to start the game.
Hey man, our true punishment.
Why is he gonna cut him off? He's cooking, Johnny. That dude is going crazy right now. He's cooking. Don't cut his mic. Don't cut him off. Whoever cut him off has to have some level of self-awareness. Right now, Go Blue Maniac is LeBron. He's in there. He's going in, doing it. Honestly, he should start his own podcast because these crash tests will be legendary on his own. Make his own little coin. He's going crazy. Do not cut him off.
Was having to have Sherrone Moore as our head coach, man.
That's it. And the strength of your team is running it. Let's open we down 7-0, right? Because our defense, just like every possession this year, just gets scored on. So it's 7-0. Let's just go 3 and out, guys. You want to do that? Ready? Break. 3 and out. Don't run the fucking ball. Run the ball. No, but let's fucking pass, right? And
Bubble
then
screen.
you open it up.
Yeah, 3 straight passes. I didn't like that.
passes.
3 straight passes.
Those bubble screens, bro. Michigan has not executed one perfectly this year. The only screen that worked was the traditional screen against Nebraska on the 3rd and 6 on that final drive we had. And that's it. After that, those bubble screens, stop fucking doing that. And if you're going to do it, throw it to Marsh, throw it to Browder, throw it to even fucking Samaj. Stop doing it to Hayes, man.
You know what screen I wish we would run? You know.
Hey, he snapped. He's sick of that, man. Michigan, y'all got to get it together for OG.
Those screens that USC was running, where all the linemen, I think it's like a tunnel screen or something. Where all the linemen pull out and they got all these blockers. Why don't we run shit like that? We don't run shit like that. We try to run some fucking perimeter bubble shit where 1 or 2 receivers are blocking. We need to run that type of shit where they got all these linemen coming out and blocking everybody, and the wide receivers are blocking.
You trust Michigan's linemen to block though?
Do you want to run, complex blocking like that? They can't even find the field, our offensive linemen. And when they get to the field, they're out of breath because they're not in shape. And you guys, you can't run these type of offenses. And your offensive linemen look like watermelons.
What happened if
Hey, what the fuck did he just say? Their offensive linemen look like what?
You can't run these type of offenses, and your offensive linemen look like watermelons.
What happened if you lose 5 games? I think you make it through the year if you lose 5 games again.
Yeah, bro.
Bro, if he
after this year, bro, it's just not.
Well, I'll tell you what though, if we lose the majority of our remaining games, he got to go.
I mean, but we're not going to
tomorrow.
Lose the majority of
it ain't going to happen.
I don't know, bro. Look, I'll be honest with you. I think we could lose any of these games. I'm gonna be honest.
I think the only game not named Ohio State that I know for a fact could be a loss is Washington. I think at Michigan State, Purdue, Northwestern, Maryland. Now, don't get me wrong.
Maryland too.
Ben, don't get me wrong. Those games, it wouldn't shock me if we in dog fights in some of those, but I think we're just better than those schools. But the Washington game this Saturday, I'm nervous. I'm fucking nervous.
Yeah,
hey man, I'm on the tank for Signetti, man. Whatever we gotta do to tank for Signetti, I'm on.
Signetti to go, bro.
Signetti going to go?
Bro got
Listen, I will say
you're going to cut the middle of our defense wide open. Washington could put the ball down the field. Go watch the LSU film. I mean, Johnny, talk about the defensive backs here. I mean, Christ, they're off the ball 20 yards. I'm like, is somebody going to cover the slot here, or are we just going to let them run wide open?
And they was taking it every time.
You do it ourselves, bro.
Right.
Them run wide.
Let's move right here.
Wide open.
And they was taking it every time. They
We do it by ourselves, bro. Look, they had an opportunity at worst to go into half 10-7. Bro, double Lemon, man. Just double him. Make sure and not. It just, again, Wink, again, it's just simple shit, bro, that you say, why? You don't see other schools making these mistakes. Why is it these other fucking people? For example, Indiana lost half their team, brought them back. In fact, they look better. They look better than last year. But no,
because they brought in like 20 transfers again.
Bro, it don't matter about transfers.
No, it
All right, hold on.
It does.
Time out.
It
Time out.
does.
Okay, hold on.
It
Hold
does
on.
matter.
No. All right, 20 transfers.
Bro, they don't
Now,
have the talent we got, man, and they cook it.
Hold on, Ben.
No, they do got talent. That's
all right.
that's
All
where
right.
Bingo. He gets it. They absolutely do have talent.
No. They don't got the talent we got, bro.
So does
Indiana offensive? Wait, let me say this.
Damn,
Wait,
they're
Manny, I
talking
got
over
it.
each other.
Indiana offensive line better than ours. Their quarterback
Coaching.
is better than ours.
Coaching.
Their wide receivers are better
Coaching.
than ours. And their defense is better than ours.
All coaching. All
Bro,
coaching.
it's not all coaching. It's players.
That is not all coaching. That's ridiculous. The Elijah kid would be their wide receiver one. I think Andrew Marsh is going to have a real shot, but that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, that's all coaching, bro. That's all coaching, bro.
Blue chips in every position group. Why are we failing then?
You
They
said
not
what? Say
better.
it again.
We have blue chips in every possession. You telling me an O-line of Indiana were better recruits than the ones in Michigan?
No, but it's not.
They
People keep looking at.
And
You gotta stop. Everybody looks at like high school recruiting stars. Like once you get to college, all the stars is gone. You get reevaluated, and Indiana roster is better than ours right now. It's
It's coaching, bro. It's coaching, bro.
I give you that. I'm not making excuses for Sherrone Moore. All I'm saying is we got
Indiana was playing with James
other
Madison
teams,
transfers,
bro.
my guy.
Hey, watch this. How many transfers does Iowa have? Because Iowa looks better than us too.
No, they don't, bro.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Iowa looked better against Wisconsin than they did, and now it's a form of transitive property, but still.
They toyed with Wisconsin. Look, this is the truth.
Right now, UCLA is playing better than Michigan. Right now, the last 2 weeks, they playing better than Michigan.
Oh, that's another good example. They fired their head coach. And look what happened. They got better coaches.
They got better coaches.
UCLA. Perfect example.
So y'all want to fire Sherrone? Let's fire him.
If I had the money, I would pay for his buyout right now. I would pay for his buyout right now.
Yeah.
I would pay for his buyout right now.
Let's be real. Like Coach Harbaugh, the first 2 years, he was 26. Coach Harbaugh got some coaches off the staff that they didn't be. Let's give him time to replace the coaches. I don't think he's a bad coach. He got to get some of these guys off the staff though. Let's give him time. Let's give him a little bit of grace. I understand.
No grace.
Here's my thing.
Zero.
I'll defend Sherrone. You know what I'm saying? But the thing I used to take pride on about the team is that man, they used to make some of the best second half adjustments.
Dude, is someone that had beef with me and Q and Ron. Holy shit. Hold on, let me call Ron. He sounds like that dude. Hey, I'm recording right now, so I got you held up to the microphone. Do you remember that dude that was like 6'5" and hated me, you, and Cam for a while, the first year that Michigan beat Ohio State?
Yeah, that was long ago.
Yeah, bro, I think he's Dot again.
You think he's what?
The dude on the Johnny Olden show, I think he's Dot again.
Dot again?
Yeah, like one of the guys that called in. Like, listen.
You right on about the team.
Listen,
that man, they used to make some of the best second half adjustments.
Right here.
You know what I'm
that
saying?
was Jim Harbaugh for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, where has that gone? Like, man, I don't see like when the defense, when the other team's defense knows what we're running. How come we don't adjust to that?
Bro, they got a 48-yard run on a 3rd and 22. I don't know when the last time I saw that.
I knew the game was over. Once I saw
yeah, dude, that's him, Dot again. Bro, I'm listening. I'm like, where have I heard this before? Where have I heard this dude before? And remember he paid one of Big Homie's bets, and then he called me a piece of shit and blocked me on everything? Yeah, that was definitely.
Hated us, bro. We were terrorizing spaces back then.
Bro, hated us, man. We were on our real run, dude. I heard that, and I'm recording right now, and I'm like, bro, I gotta call Ron because that's definitely Wells. I couldn't remember his name, but that's got to be him, right?
Yeah, did you start at the 50-minute mark?
Yeah, I started the 50-minute mark, and I heard some crazy shit, dude. I got to the Go Blue Maniac part of it. I'm still recording, bro. I'm like, this video's gonna be like a 2-hour video, but listen to this dude, man.
That play, I say, yeah, good night, everybody.
Yeah, it's
Good
over
night.
with. Yeah, it was
That
over
was the
with.
backbreaker.
It was over
It
with.
reminded me, yo, you
Bad
remember
time. He was over
the
the
orange
second
boat?
quarter, bro.
Yo, remember
Yep.
the orange boat against Florida State?
Never mind, he's not talking, but he was talking a little bit, bro. I was like, oh my God, where have I heard that voice before?
Bro, at the like 3-hour and 10-minute mark is where I got that other clip. Did you see the part where they're like, the dude's like, back up the bridge truck for Minter?
No, I'm not there yet. I'm only at 2:15. I watched.
Bro, they're like, back up the bridge truck for Minter. I already dropped the clip on Twitter, and Johnny replies, he's on the show call.
Huh. Bro, I heard the Dom dude hating on Rich Rod and then saying he wouldn't want Signetti. I say, you're cracked.
Bro, that is the most this episode is about to do fucking 10,000 fucking views.
You think the episode that or Johnny's episode or the episode I'm about to drop of this?
Both, bro.
You think so? I gotta cut it up. So I'm probably about to hang up with you and end the record. I mean, how long should I go? Like, how long is too long to do this?
I mean, as long as you want, I feel like that, bro. That Johnny episode is absolutely gonna fucking smack.
Oh yeah, dude. He's been live for so long.
He did a 4-hour fucking call-in show.
Yeah, that's so nuts, dude. So I'm debating if I still want to watch Steve Dace, but this Michigan crash out is crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'd say only do Johnny.
Yeah, we'll bet. Well, I'm recording this phone call anyway, so this will probably be the nightcap for people that make it to the full end of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, I'll holler at you. I'll probably watch like 10 more minutes of this Johnny thing, and then I want to record. I want to react to a Connor Griffin or Leonard Tangwall Penn State video too.
Oh yeah, bro. I need Ohio State's about to go on a crazy recruiting run, cleaning up out of this Penn State class, bro.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that. Honestly, we should set aside time to do an episode on that, like separately.
Of people that we want out of the
like literally drop shopping with Ron and Q. It's like the complex sneakers, but it's like
yeah, exactly, bro. We gotta look around all these classes: the Florida class, the fucking tech class.
Yeah,
bro. And two things. I also had the same thing confirmed that I said about the you know how you said Signetti to Penn State.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, the Pittsburgh Dynamics is not going to let it happen. He fucking went to West Virginia. He coached at Pitt twice. All of his family coached at Pitt. Fucking hates Penn State. Like, back when Pitt-Penn State was a real rivalry. Like,
man, I hope you're right. Like, hope you and your sources are super right. I trust you. I hope you're right.
I'm telling you, I think the fucking Pittsburgh history behind that is just not gonna let it happen. The names that I'm hearing are, bro. I talked to fucking.
Wait, I'm still recording, bro. So do you want me to call you back with this, or do you want to say this for the end of this episode?
Yeah. I forgot that you were still recording.
Yeah,
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'll holler at you. Peace.
All right, peace.
State, we had them 3rd and 88, and we let Cook fucking run it almost a bro.
3rd and 88 is nuts.
I'll say this game, bro. When you're giving up plays like that, and mind you, the strength of this defense, at least we can say, and we all can say with a straight face, was the Russian defense. Like, no team could have really rushed on us, bro. They let a walk on. This dude was working in the library, checking people's IDs, and they said,
chill, Unc.
Yo, you want to play against Michigan today? Say no more. You're going to have 150 yards. And he took it.
Yeah, he killed him. He killed him.
A lot of people don't want to bring really Coach Moore, but we want to talk about, we forget. Indiana did that with James Madison players last year. James Madison, Coach Nelly did that to the Big Ten with players for James Madison.
Yeah, bro, listen.
That's
it's coaching. This shit is coaching. I don't care. People could say it's coaching, bro. You could see it, man. It's not. This is a talented team, bro. Like, we know what we seen. We know when we have bad Michigan teams, but we just say, yo, bro, we just don't got the dogs, bro. We just not there yet. Give them a time. We got the dogs, and we got to tread lightly. Michigan has to tread lightly, because if this season starts to go south and south fast, you know what starts to come, right? This guy starts making more official visits, and this guy's making official visits, and then we start getting these decommitments.
Hey, do y'all think?
All right, I can't watch any more of this. That's it. Be on the lookout. If you made it this far, it means you really rock with me. And I'll I could kiss you right now. So thank you all for coming and rocking out. And also, like, if you make it to this point, drop an Oklahoma podcast, and I need an Oregon podcast to tune into to go find one. But as always, go support the creators that made the original videos. I mean, this one still goes on for longer and longer and longer. I only made it a little bit anyway. It was a 4-hour call in. So, but I'll tap with you guys soon. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.